Today's episode of the Nateland podcast. Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Athletic Greens, Gooder, and Game Time. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
Welcome, you guys. Pre-recording this because I'm in Springfield,
Illinois. There's Springfield in almost every state. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. It's Springfield, that's Simpsons too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's why they named it Springfield, because there's one in every state.
And it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good
I think
benefit.
that is, that might have been why they did it, because they didn't want you to know the town.
Yeah.
And so it's like Springfield was a bland.
Are there even any indicators of what part of the country it is, or is it just supposed to be just America?
Not that I'm aware of.
67 different Springfields across the U.S.
Wow. So
More than one a state.
is there a Springfield, Tennessee?
Yeah, Springfield,
Very close
Tennessee.
to
Yeah, close to Nashville.
Oh, okay.
It says it's like almost every English-speaking country on Earth has a town, village, or city called Springfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Why is that? Just an easy one to
I guess there's springs everywhere.
Rand McNally
Springs and fields everywhere.
did the maps. We talked about maps. Did someone else compete with him? It's just really him, right?
What is the other big map company?
Rand McNally and
I don't know.
Well, if you can't think of the other one, they're obviously not that.
I
yeah,
guess you're
one
right.
of them's dominating.
But I feel like there's something obvious I'm forgetting. But I can't.
Merriam-Webster.
No.
that's dictionary.
I don't know.
I mean, Google Maps has done a pretty good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say they've
MapQuest.
taken on
Yeah.
old Rand.
You trust them? Like,
Well,
they
I
know
don't-
where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not for it,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, exactly. If you use Google Maps and you're the thing, then they know where you're at.
And they know your travel patterns too. Like I got in the car this morning. I got in the car, my phone pops up and says it's this amount of time to where we are right now.
Wow.
It just knows I'm about to head there.
Yeah, I had that happen because mine would always pop up and say golf.
Yeah.
I'd get in the car and it was like Legends, and I was like,
Wow.
I
It's
wish.
like your wife.
Yeah.
Golf again?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, they just know. But I've noticed that too. It is very convenient if it works.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm even remotely using the stuff that your phone and all that, like the way you should be using it.
When I'm in a city,
My computer is everything on the plan is on that desktop. I just save everything to desktop.
My wife, I just saw this, has not rearranged anything on her phone from the day she got it.
I haven't either.
So like
Yeah.
the browser's 3 pages over and then the text is at the and she just
Oh.
scrolls back and forth.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
yeah.
this is insane.
Yeah.
I go, give me 5 minutes. I will change your life.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because I got a system down.
Yeah.
She didn't know you could drag stuff at the bottom to keep down there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, how are you
Wow.
living like this?
wow, and Lucy is on her phone a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lyft, when I'm in a city and I land, a lot of times if I've been to that city before, it will basically predict where I'm headed.
Mm-hmm.
You
Or
wanna-
like if I land at the Nashville airport and pull up Lyft, it has the address for my house, because I put it in there before. But if I'm in some other city that I've been before, it will give me directions to the hotel that I stayed at last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, not directions, but it'll pull up in there.
Do you want to go there?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the Hyatt?
Yeah.
You know what's big? You save the parking location on Google Maps. That'll save your life. It'll
Did you
save
forget
where
where to
you park.
park?
I did it
Oh,
this
yeah.
week. I got back from the airport, and I'm not kidding. I spent an hour and a half looking for my car in the garage.
Really?
Yeah. I was with Lucy and Joe Kelly, who came with me, and at a certain point I was like, y'all just go get an Uber
Yeah.
because I can't find the car. And I walked around with my luggage for
Did
hour and a half.
Were you beeping it?
And I couldn't remember what level I stayed
Yeah.
on, so I just had to just walk around the whole thing, just pressing the button
Next near your
up
chin.
to my chin. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
pressing.
Does that work?
It uses Now,
What does that
I've always heard that
if
too.
you hold the remote up to your chin, it will use your skull as an antenna to lengthen the signal.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
That really
I've
I've always
seen it
done it.
work. If you see your car at a distance, try it without it,
Yeah.
and it won't work. And then hold it up to your chin, and it will work. I don't know the science behind it
Get a tumor,
that much, but hey, it's
fun.
worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Worth it. Save a little time.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I make sure every time I park my car now, I'm gonna write down where I parked, so I know.
I usually take a picture, and this time I thought I'll remember. This is just this morning.
Mhm.
I was in section level 3 parking, and then
Mhm.
Jay, and I
Well,
thought
don't give out details.
of the parking garage,
Yeah.
No, of where you park. 'Cause,
and
I think you're a habit guy. They'll go right back to
Yeah.
You're gonna have fans just waiting in level 3.
I know,
You'd encourage it though.
but I had in my head like PB and J, P3
Oh, there
J.
you go. There you
But
go.
then when I got there today, I was like, it's Jiff. I know I'm in J. And I'm walking around. I'm like, I can't find my car. And I do it. And I can hear my car honking
From a different level.
one level up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can just feel it.
You can just feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
You guys not Ubering to
Like
the
a remote
airport?
control.
I feel it, baby.
Well, that's the thing.
Walk
I've
out.
been Ubering to and from the airport for years now, and I thought last week I was like, I'm gone for 2 days. Let me just drive a car and park
I
it
like it.
and just see what that's like.
I like it.
And I love it in theory, but
I
the
love
one
it.
time I've done this, it's an hour and a half of me walking
Yeah.
around, and then I dropped my bag. I was tired of carrying my luggage,
Yeah.
so I just kind of sat them somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I walked around, did another floor, couldn't find it. I went back and I saw somebody had called the police on my bags in the parking garage because they were
Wow.
just sitting there.
Because you tucked them against the wall.
I did,
You
yeah.
had a camo hat
I had my
on.
camera case that looked a little like a
And you
black
looked like
pelican,
you.
and I look. Like, I don't think they saw me when they called the police.
I bet if they described you, they go, I didn't see him, but here's what I think he looks like. They would nail you.
and then
Yeah.
they do a police sketch of what they think I look
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
And then they go, I wonder how close they could get. That'd be a funny way to do if police sketches. Like if you could be like, here's a crime. Who do you think did this? Like if you could go through it and you could just be like,
Now you think, let's say you get somebody's bag at the airport. You think you can construct what somebody looks like based on what's in their suitcase? I'm trying to think of just like information like that about somebody.
probably.
I would love for someone to get my suitcase and try
Yeah.
try to figure out what kind of person this is.
Yeah.
that
You don't
has-
think that with this hat and that? And,
Well, the hat's not ever in the case.
I know, but like,
Oh.
but the button,
The button down for
jeans,
yeah.
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
you're-
denim,
yeah, a lot of denim.
I got
like,
a lot of other stuff.
hairbrush
though.
in there too.
Yeah.
You go, there you go.
Hair dryer,
I'm
I
like,
bet.
all right, denim shirt, denim underwear, denim, denim socks. Okay, trying to figure it out. Yeah, I think they would.
Well,
get you
I guess
pretty
you're right.
good.
The clothes side would probably give it away, but I got
Yeah.
a lot of supplements and vitamins. and
That's
very-
true. They might think
various-
like some kind of bodybuilder.
Yeah,
With all these
yeah, you
protein
might, yeah.
powders. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're what you look like on paper doesn't,
yeah.
but it's not far. It's not far.
I got a grounding mat in there.
I think they would. They would be like, oh, once they found out, it would make sense. But I just don't think people don't think people like you exist.
Yeah.
They think it's like a stereotype. Like they go, well,
Yeah.
that guy's not real, and
Yeah.
you're like, no, I'm real.
And he's
Yeah.
certainly not going to be at the airport.
He's not gonna be at the airport.
Yeah.
No, he's
Right.
not flying places.
He's
He
not-
doesn't-
no.
He doesn't trust the airline.
He's not in clearly.
Oh, well, you know what? I did clear the other day, and I said, can I do the fingers instead of the eyes? I said, I feel like when I do the eyes, it's burning my eyes. And the girl laughs. She goes, I'm laughing because do you think that when you look at your cell phone? I go, yes, every time. And she didn't have anything to say.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
was
think
like,
she
"Oh."
was ready for that answer.
Okay.
I go, yes, every time.
Say this guy's
Yeah.
the real deal.
But you still do it.
I do the fingers.
Oh, now.
Yeah, like clear.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still shocked that you gave the government this access.
Well,
to.
I mean, now that it's there, it's like I'm about to try to get a flip phone. I'm going to try to keep the smartphone, but get a flip phone too.
Mhm.
just
I would
to-
like a flip phone.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I would
Just
like
when
that.
I don't need the smartphone, like for travel, just carry the flip phone.
Oh, if you step out to the grocery store or something, you don't need to have the smartphone with you.
Right.
Just take the flip phone.
Just
Or
leave it
even-
at home.
Even when I'm at home, I don't need the flip phone. I can check emails on my computer.
Wow. What do you use the smartphone for then?
Text.
Well, to get addicted to social media.
Oh, right.
I agree with it. Social media. I'm like back on trying to get. I'm gonna get Instagram back off and like, but it's texting is probably the only thing that keeps me from doing it.
Yeah. Well, it'd be much harder on a flip phone. I think you could do
It's
it.
much harder, and then
My
like
mom can show you.
I'm just in too many situations where like there's a group text or there's a text of this that's like kind of like it's just the form of it's like a form of business.
Yeah.
Hey, we got this going on now. Be here for like that's the
I guess
only
the laptop still has the text.
Yeah, you can text on the laptop, but sometimes if it's urgent, you're not always looking
it's
at
as
your
you're walk. Yeah. It's not,
Yeah.
you can definitely, you can't text a laptop, but you gotta be near your laptop. I mean, I'll leave my phone.
Yeah.
I'll just leave my phone a lot. So when we go walk around, usually, I mean, I just like, I'll tell Laura, I'm like, I'll leave my phone. I mean, you have someone usually has their phone on them. So you like just call them if you need them.
That's just, I just would like to have a phone if my wife needs me. But yeah, I don't need all that other stuff all the time.
What if she just did smoke?
She just what?
Like smoke signals.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to establish it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Come up with some signals. What
Yeah,
that means.
That's a go. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
her. You got to see some thick.
That should be mad at
Yeah,
me.
that smoke's too thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long of a flight do you think you'd have to be on before you would choose a layover? Like I flew to direct flight to California last weekend,
Mhm.
Southwest, window seat.
Mhm.
I never got up the whole time. It was 4.5 hours.
Wow.
Well,
That's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
4.5 hours straight.
you. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
And, but
they
that
board so early that they let them.
they let me.
I'm saying you're old. They board old people early.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pre-boarded.
They pre-boarded you, and you.
Then I wait for the kids and the veterans to come up.
You're one of those that when they walk by, you're already sitting there.
Yeah.
You've been there for a few hours.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this is the first plane out. It is. But that last hour, it's getting like I'm ready to get up and get going.
Especially Southwest.
And if I could
Yeah.
choose like an hour tops, 15 minutes to land, 30 minutes off at airport to walk around, get some food, go to the bathroom, and then 15 minutes on, take off,
Mhm.
I think I would have chose it
Really?
instead of just direct flight.
That's why you got to get that aisle seat. I mean, that's what I'm always an
Yeah.
aisle seat person. That way you
I
can
used to be
walk
window
around.
too. Right now I'm an owl.
That
I
way
mean, it
you
wasn't
can-
even, I didn't even have to go to the bathroom, but
No, but you can walk a little
But
bit.
you can, you
Yeah.
can get up and just go to the bathroom to get up for a second. All right, and you don't feel as like closed up, so then you feel a little more free.
Yeah.
I just can't
hate the
sleep.
window seat.
I like the window seat to sleep. I like to lean on it.
Yeah. I mean, you got a much bigger problem. The fact that you can't handle a nonstop from Nashville to California.
Well, I mean, I handled it, but
But the fact that you would, that's a giant problem. That's a 3.5 hour flight, maybe 4.
it was 4.5. 4 home.
You gotta hit some
4.5
wind.
substantial.
But I mean,
I don't know if I'd rather take a direct flight, but
Yeah.
4.5's a lot.
Yeah.
I would still take a direct flight. I had to do it over again. But I'm asking how long of a flight would you be on before you'd say, you know what, it'd be nice to have a little stop.
not 4.5, not 4 hours.
I mean, from a guy that almost
4.5.
connects every time I leave the airport, the direct is the way to go. I don't know that there's any.
I
other
don't
time.
even care about connecting that much. Like that doesn't bother me. I'll do it on, Nashville to Vegas. Like they have Southwest nonstop, but then if I don't like the time of that, and I can fly something else, and I don't have to be there. I'm just going as a full on travel day, not doing a show. I'll do a layover because I don't mind a layover.
Yeah.
I actually like a layover. You can go sometimes. You go to Minneapolis. It's got a nice airport. You go walk around there, maybe get some deep. You can go pick the airport. I could see doing it. I guess I'm not against a layover, but I think 4.5 hours. Like
If you're in a car ride for 4.5 hours, I bet you'd stop once, or it wouldn't be crazy.
Not if I could pee in the car.
yeah, that's
And
true.
not if I had somebody bringing me Diet Cokes every
Yeah.
time I wanted one in the car.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
That
think
would
you're
change
good.
things.
You should wear socks. There's socks that help you sit for that long.
Compression socks. I'm glad I brought this up.
I think that's the problem.
Well, I took a direct flight of 2 hours to Virginia for Norfolk this weekend,
yeah.
and I'll be honest. I was like, I'm used to connecting,
Yeah.
so I'm used to being on a plane about an hour.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'd like to get up and.
Oh, well, look at
Yeah,
here.
2
Look at here.
hours.
But I would not choose the connection over the
Nonstop.
direct.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's answered my question. You just all attack me.
I'd say
Well,
I
it
don't,
was a really bad question,
All right.
and the way it was presented was just not good.
Oh,
But
that was okay.
what would that? I mean, I don't know. I think people would just be like, well, "What's the most?" People want to get the flight over with. So you're people are like, well, "How long will the plane go?" I'll go until the plane can't go. Like if it's getting me to the place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, if you're like, you have to say it's a,
I mean, I think you're wrong.
huh?
I think you're wrong.
You think people would be like,
I think if it's a really long flight, longer than 4.5, like you're
Yeah.
going to Australia or something, and you had a choice just halfway there, let's just stop, get off a little bit, stretch your legs, get something to eat, walk around, get back on, take off.
you act like you're being kept with the dogs under the plane. Like you're in a seat and you're
Yeah, but when's the last time you flown commercial? It's been years.
yeah
So-
commercial.
This is
Give me a break.
well, this is why I said, like, if it were I would say like 6 hours, right? That'd be nice to like, get out a little bit. But then it's like, what do you do? 3 hours, and then you got to get back on the plane and do another 3. I'm like, let's just do
Yeah.
it.
Just do it.
Let's
Yeah,
just do it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's the answer then.
I fly commercial all the time. I don't fly. Luckily, I don't fly that much. Because we take the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But I did Southwest, and you just pop on, and yeah. I mean, it's I don't think it's that bad. I think it's. I'm trying to think. There's nothing in America that I want to lay over.
Mm-hmm.
I did to London. I mean, 8 hours. Like, I think the idea of it is if you're like, all right, you got to fly 12 hours and you're like, you can stop once or twice. Like, you would stop twice.
For 12 hours?
Yeah.
I might, yeah.
You might push 3 times.
you might ask for a third.
You would be like, if they voted and they go, all right, we can do 2 or 3 times. They go, do 3. It's just your hand up.
Uh-huh.
And then they go do 2 and it's everybody else.
Maybe. No.
It also depends on what are you going to be encountering when you get off. Like, when you stop, is it going to be good restaurants? Or are you going to get to lay down? I mean, because that would change things for me. But if I'm at some airport where the food is, I don't know, Burger King,
Yeah.
and it's hard chairs, I'm like, just keep me on the plane.
Or the Denver
Mhm.
airport,
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
stuff going
yeah.
on. I'm not trying to hang
Yeah.
out there too long.
Yeah.
Denver Airport it's so big. It's just not as like inviting. It's I don't, you can walk around a lot, but it's not. It's very dark. It's very.
I get a bad
know.
vibe from there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's just dark and like it's just. It's got the tunnels and I just don't think it's as fun. But if you go, Minneapolis has got a great airport, and it's like a mall. You can just walk around. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Go eat. Like I do like layovers, but I don't know if I would. You want to get there,
Yeah. Okay.
but
That's a good conversation starter.
yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
seems like it didn't go good for him.
But
No.
Yeah.
let's say 24 hours.
Not for me. But
24
Yeah.
hours I want to lay over. That would answer your question.
Yeah.
it had to be a 24-hour flight before you'd want to stop.
What's the longest a flight can go?
I think I've done it to Australia.
What is that?
It's like
From where'd you fly
18
from?
From here.
Nashville?
Not direct, but the whole trip, I think, is
Well,
18
what are we
hours in
even
the air.
talking about here? We're talking about what's the longest flight. He's talking about in the air. But I'm talking about,
Singapore to JFK is 9,500 miles, 18 hours and 50 minutes.
Wow.
and that's one. Like the plane doesn't have to land.
That's nonstop.
You nonstop. That's what I was asking.
Now, I've been on a
What did you-
United flight
All right,
one time.
sorry.
flying around the world. You go. Well, the longest flight is around the world. You have to stop multiple times, but
How would you go around the world, Dusty?
I went to,
Yeah.
well, I could draw it out
I
for
can
you.
draw it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I can draw it for you. It's very easy. But I flew United one time, first class, and they had seats that you could lay
Yeah.
down in.
Yeah,
Like the seat
Oh,
would
yeah.
completely recline back.
yeah.
Now, I've been, I've had a lot of first class seats, and most of them were, all of them have not been that. Except
Big
for that
money
one
over
time.
here.
Yeah.
Well, I get
Well,
upgraded.
flying first
Big
class
money,
quite
he
a
goes,
bit.
I get
yeah.
upgraded. You know what I mean? I never bought a
Wow.
first class ticket, but I
Oh,
get
yeah,
upgraded.
that's what he
You
said.
can't get
Yeah,
upgraded
yeah.
on Southwest, dude.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
No, they let
No.
you smoke a cigarette on the flight. That's first class.
I was A1.
What was those nonstops? So go back to those flights. 18-hour, like,
Yeah, we got Singapore to New York. Number 2 is Singapore to Newark. Man, imagine leaving Singapore and then you end up in Newark.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But it's funny that it's just 5 miles. It's literally what is it?
14 miles shorter, 5 minutes less.
That's like someone that goes, I did Singapore Newark. It's the longest flight in the world. You're like, well, JFK.
JFK's 5
And you
minutes
go,
longer.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You might land. I mean, when you land that plane after 18 hours in the air, it's just
That's insane.
it's a long go down and see what's because I don't think Auckland to New York they can do that. That's 17
New
hours.
Zealand, 17, 18
So the
hours.
Melbourne to Dallas,
Oh, it's like a okay.
Magnetic North.
Melbourne to Dallas is that's like one that we could take when I go to Australia.
That's Qantas Airlines.
Yeah, that's like the good one, right?
Yeah,
It's
we
never
talked
crashed.
about that.
What?
Oh, hold on.
Why would you
don't
say
put
that,
in the
dude?
air, dude.
That's
Why
from
would you
Rain
say
Man.
that?
That's
Yeah,
a
I was
big
gonna say.
big line in the movie.
Okay.
What?
I was quoting Rain Man. That's a big line in the movie.
Yeah, taking the longest flight on Earth. Maybe do it another time. I've never seen Rain Man either.
Oh.
You look like you were in it though. And Melbourne to Dallas.
I've been compared to Tom Cruise.
yeah, that's it.
I think that's what you're implying.
Uh-huh.
That like we could end up doing that flight. 17 hours, man.
There's Houston to Sydney, 17 hours and 35 minutes on United.
Could you
When
get
I-
that?
So like I don't know if I would like so it's basically I would say like your question to make it better is it would be like so you have here at Australia is going to be Houston there's an 18-hour flight. So it's a 23-hour flight. So it's like how do you want to break that up? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do you want a 23-hour flight? How do you want to break it up? So it's like I don't know if I want to be like give me 2-hour flight then a 20-hour, 21-hour flight.
Yeah.
Like that's 18 hours. So if it's 20 hours, maybe you'd be like give me 8 then give me 10. I'd maybe do that.
I would say 9 and then sleep all night in a hotel and then do 9 the next day.
That's not bad.
I would not. I don't. I did that. We had a layover. We went to when I went to Istanbul. Well, I went to shows for the troops because you can pick those. Those are great. If someone ever travels, if you're young, if you ever go, like you just get one that they give you like a 18-hour layover
Yeah.
in a country, and you just get out. And they have to get when I did they had to give you a hotel because it was over a certain amount of time. So they have to put you up, and so you get a hotel room, and then you just go.
So the layover was in Istanbul.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys get up to?
We went to the bathhouse where they did Taken.
Okay.
I think I talked about this.
You
sometime.
did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we went to the bathhouse did Taken. It was me, Joe List, and Louis Katz.
Okay.
Yeah, we went all over Istanbul. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then it was a good way. If you ever have a crazy long, if you're going somewhere, you can do that and go do a layover like that. I could see that. You're like, all right, let's go do a layover, and then you go to here for 2 days. I've never been in this city, and then you break it up that way.
Mhm.
Right.
But not, 2 hours to Dallas, spend the night, and then do the other 2 out to California.
Yeah.
That's what Brian does.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys were listening very close to my scenario.
You said how long though, and that's why I said 24 hours. I think would be the.
Yeah.
Even though you just said Virginia Beach was 2, and you're like, man, I got to get off this thing.
Well, yeah, but it's like it is the thing of like we still got to get there. You know what I mean? So like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
I would hope for better seats than South.
Is that really 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, about with the
I've
time
had
change.
Nashville to LA. I've had to be 3.5. It depends on the wind. Coming home, it can be quick.
I just did it.
And 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be fast.
Mhm.
You just
Slower.
You're just playing
My
your
play.
vibe. You come on something to vibe. I tell you what, people. You know what I mean? Like I think
know.
if you see if you ever get on a plane and you see Brian Bates on it, buckle up. It's going to be a slow flight. And
Well, you should buckle up.
Yeah.
it just naturally just that's what walks around you is just slowness. Just is around you, and you sit down next to someone like I'm in a hurry. You just hear before you walked on the plane, the pilot be like 3.5 hour flight today. Brian Bates sits down and he goes, "That's crazy. This wind's picked up. It's go. I'll be honest with you guys. It'll be 5 hours. We're gonna be running in the thick of it. I've had it take 5 hours too. A flight to Nashville.
You have a 5 hour
Brian was
flight.
riding with you.
Huh?
Brian was with you.
Right next to me.
Yeah.
Looking out the window.
You have a lot of flight on. You better have some athletic greens.
Oh,
That is true because because Athletic Greens is one of my favorites, and this has always been a fun ad read for me.
yeah.
Starting us off with our partner Athletic Greens. All of us are trying to take our AG1 by Athletic Greens every day. We all gave AG1 a try because we wanted increased energy and immune system support for our busy lifestyles. We all try to take AG1 in the morning before starting the day, and it makes us feel like we're doing something good to cover all our nutritional bases. It is much easier to mix the 1 scoop of powder in water once a day than to take a bunch of different things. It is the healthiest things you can do, one of the healthiest things you can do in under a minute and costs less than $3 a day. And since we travel so often, we also get the single-serving travel packs, so we never have to miss a day when we are on the road. You can get free monthly delivery to make it even easier. Every scoop has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients of the highest quality that have major benefits like gut, mood, boosted energy, and even healthier looking skin, hair, and nails. Less than 1 gram of naturally occurring sugar per serving. AG1 has been part of millions of mornings since 2010. If you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/Nate. That's athleticgreens.com/Nate. Check it out. That was good.
Yeah.
AJ1.
AJ, Athletic Jeans.
Athletic Jeans. I think if people only knew, though, when you read something on the back of it is how a flat earther flies around you.
Is that on the back?
Well, I did a map for Brian.
Yeah.
And so he said he wanted to see it. So.
Yeah. What does it say? Many long-haul, nonstop routes that used to be uneconomical to operate are being made viable by the Airbus. What's uneconomical? Like they didn't make it was like too
It
expensive
wasn't cost
to be
effective.
worth.
to do it.
Yeah. All right.
How about
Jensen Thomas.
Jensen?
Whenever I need a comfort show, I turn on The Office. Whenever I need a comfort podcast, I turn on Nateland. When I'm caught up, I'll just start from the beginning and listen to it again. One of my favorite comments during the first episode is, "See if owls can get chicken pox."
Yeah, we were getting into it from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a great
That
question.
is so funny.
Do owls get chicken pox?
That's when that owl was laying down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Chickens can get chicken pox too.
But
You'd
But
think
that
owls
wasn't the
came
question
from-
at all, was
That's
it?
No,
tough.
it wasn't.
It was owls. Yeah, owl. Yeah, I assume they can. They can do everything a chicken can do.
And more.
Mhm.
I think so. And turn their head all the way around.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably smarter, too.
I bet so. They're supposed to be wise.
Yeah.
The owl.
Tyler Wigfield. I was raised in a very strict Christian household, so I related to Nate's special heavily. As I've grown older, my parents and I haven't always seen eye to eye on what I like in entertainment. Sometimes I never felt like I could share the things that I enjoyed the most until you're special. When it came out, I was going home for a weekend and we watched it together. It was the hardest I'd ever seen them laugh, and it felt so good to have them connect with me on something I enjoyed so much. Well, that is beautiful. Thank you, Tyler.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why we do it. Makes me happy. Courtney H. Hello, folks. I recently competed in my first Muay Thai fight in Thailand. Wow.
All right.
How about it?
Backstage before the fight, most fighters have headphones on with their favorite music to psych themselves up before heading into the ring. Not me. I was re-listening to old episodes of Nate, Aaron, and Beanie Baby. Nothing like a little horse divorce to calm the pre-fight nerves. I won by KO in the 3rd round. Thanks, folks. Wow.
I do
Dude.
hear that people listening to the older episodes without me will make them pretty upset.
Yeah.
Ready to fight.
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
see. I thought it makes them happy.
Mm.
It's that's fighting. I mean, in Thailand,
Yeah.
like that's the real deal. What?
How do you say
By
it?
the way you said
Thailand.
Both
In
times.
Thailand.
Thailand. In Thailand, of all places.
It's like Nateland.
Nateland.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Tylenol. Peter Reese. In the last 18 months, I got married, had a deadly alcohol withdrawal seizure, recovered, stayed sober, got promoted to kitchen manager at my job, bought a house with my wife, and lost around 80 pounds. Dusty and Nate, you two are inspirational. Keep it up. Love the positivity.
All right.
We are inspirational. Dude.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate
y'all
that.
are running the mill.
They yeah, we offset it. We bring it back to 0.
It's a
Well,
wild
that's
18
pretty
months.
wild.
You don't want to
Yeah.
be too inspired.
That's a big 18 months.
Deadly alcohol withdrawal seizure. I mean,
Wow.
that's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Peter.
That's good. Yeah, I've seen like there's people that I know sometimes people bring up like about being sober or like the guys that want to do it. And
Yeah.
I read a book, I read Jason Vale, Quit the Drink Easily is how I did it. I don't know how
Yeah.
you just quit.
I did just quit. I mean, I haven't drank in 11 years, and I was drinking like, I don't know, at least 6 days a week, getting
Yeah.
pretty hammered. And I was trying to, I would take one day off a week. And I think that helped me in the end because I think it's when people are just doing it every day. I would always try to do a sober day,
Mhm.
and I think that helped me to where my body didn't become so dependent on it. But yeah, I quit drinking and smoking in the same day, cigarettes. And I was like, I felt great.
Yeah.
Not particularly that day,
Yeah.
but I started feeling so good that I was like, I never want to do that again.
Yeah, that's what happens. You do become you get so scared of breaking, like you don't want to lose the control.
Yeah.
I have it with food now where I'm in a good stretch right now and I'll feel like I want something, but I know, I mean, it's as simple as like you can just eat the wrong thing. And if you're like, I've been drinking a lot of water. So I was drinking a gallon of water a day. So I've been drinking a gallon of water a day. And I can tell when I feel very hydrated, but then I can tell when I get very dehydrated.
Mhm.
And, it could be drinking coffee, soda can do it. Like but you just like you're like, I just want water. Like you feel so good that you don't want to mess. It's like you got a streak going on. But the feeling is so good. And, once you do something, it's going to be like, ugh, gross. you
Yeah.
know. Danielle Sheehan. Danielle Sheehan and Reagan. I'm fairly new to the podcast and have heard some mention that Nate is dyslexic. Is that true? My 10-year-old daughter is dyslexic. The special the special school. That's a tough one. It's 2 S's.
Yeah, we already answered your question, Danielle.
Oh, the special school she attends is far from home, and we listen to the podcast in the car. Reagan, Danielle, and Reagan. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't know.
Yes.
I didn't get tested. They weren't doing schools when I was little. You just figured it out. You didn't read. I think it's great that you're gonna. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, you know what? A lot of people are dyslexic.
And people learn things at different times too. And they just,
Mhm.
not everybody learns the same. I
think
think
it's
we're all
great.
expected everybody to read exactly the same, to learn exactly the same. And it's just not the way it is.
She's gonna be smart.
I mean, just look at me. I've been trying to teach
10
flat
years
Earth on
old.
this podcast since I joined. And
Yeah.
it's not sinking in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bet they didn't hear that. Don't mention Reagan. Don't mention that at the school you go to,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Don't bring it up.
Yeah, I
We're
wouldn't
all
bring it.
doing bits here.
We're all
You know what
doing
I
it.
mean?
Yeah,
we're all just doing a bit.
here.
We're having a good time,
Yeah.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that she's going. She's going to be at school. She'll be super smart. She'll know how to
Mhm.
deal with it. I can teach me. I mean, I don't have to go to school then. I'll just learn.
Right.
Yeah.
From
That's what
Reagan.
he should do. Like Reagan, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to go to school
Yeah.
again. So
Right.
you just tell me.
All right.
Give me the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reaganomics.
Reaganomics.
Boom.
There it
Boom.
is.
Wow.
Sean Eschindel. With Nate being the name expert that he is, I'm expecting my first baby boy in 3 months. And I'd love to hear his thoughts on a perfect name that goes with my last name. Sean, I'll tell you what, it's not Sean. Yeah, sorry, Sean. That's it. Eschindel.
I think we got to narrow
boy.
it down how you say that name.
Eschindel.
Kindle is Schindel.
A
Kindle
skindle?
Eschindel.
It could be a skindle.
Oh.
A shindle?
I was, Billy Eschindel. Bradley Eschindel.
Yeah. Okay.
Eschindel. I was thinking, it makes me think of the golf, Brandon, the golf announcer. Look up golf announcer, like Brand, like that's his. He'll come up. It should come up. Brandley or Duke Brandley. What is it? Oh yeah, this
Brandel
is
Chambly.
Brandel Chambly. That's what made me kind of what I thought of Brandel Eschandel, but it's like that kind of vibe. Brandel,
Yeah. Okay.
Brandel Eschendel, Sean Eschendel, Eschendel.
Well, I'm struggling too, Sean. I have a baby being born soon, and I don't have a name, so I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
A Schindel is tough, though. Slay, anything goes with it.
Yeah, like even like my brother's Derek, but Derek Eschen, like I don't know if I like. It's too big of a change. It needs to flow. Brandel and Shin. It's like, what's an E?
You don't want it to rhyme, though.
You don't want it to
Yeah.
rhyme, but like, what's an E at the end of a boy's name?
Johnny?
Johnny Eschendel.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not
Tommy?
bad.
Tommy Eschendel. That's a little too. Johnny Eschendel sounds a little more.
Bobby.
That's an old school name.
Bobby Eschendel.
Bobby Eschendel.
You don't hear a lot
Bobby.
of Bobbies anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bobby's a good name. Bobby's a good name.
I like Bobby.
Bobby Eschendel.
Bobby McGee.
What about Ricky? Ricky
Ricky
Bobby
Eschendel.
Eschendel. Like go full on Talladega
I
Nights.
think they
with
got. Seems like a family from money.
it. Eschendel
Eschendel's-
does seem like a fancy last
Yeah.
name.
Like Ricky is Ricky's. If you name him Ricky, it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Like you need a,
You don't see a lot of Rickies trading stock.
What you need is a Theodore, and he goes by Teddy.
yes, Teddy Eschendel. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, but Theodore
Theo.
is formal enough that
Theodore
on paper.
Theodore Eschendel is
Yeah.
like that guy. Yeah, you can be president. You can be whatever you want.
for sure.
But then Teddy Eschendel. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
Thanks,
Glad to help.
everybody.
Please keep us up. Let us know. She's like, I went with Steve.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sean Jr.
Steve Eschendel. Steve is not bad either, though.
Stevie.
Steve. Just Steve.
Okay.
My dad, Steven Eschendel is not bad. Steven. And you go Steve. Both work. I do like Teddy. Theo. Go by Teddy.
Mhm.
Daniel Leonard. My brother-in-law was one of the medics at the Bridgestone show. And not only did you set a record with attendance, but he told me that you guys had 0 call-ins for people needing medical attention, which according to him has never happened. I told him that's exactly why I like this group so much. You guys bring to the table what's most of the entertainment industry is lacking: good, clean fun. That is very interesting.
That's awesome.
0 call-ins.
Yeah.
People just having a good time.
And people were drinking and having fun.
they're not out,
but
they're not out of their mind.
They're not. Yeah,
it's not a
causing
problem.
problems. Yeah.
Not problems.
I will say a lot of Nateland people come to my shows now, and I get told by comedy clubs all the time how nice and polite and how well my audience tips.
Yeah.
And it just feels good. I mean,
It
it
does.
it feels like we have a good, like classy bunch of people.
Oh, it's
Right.
just and you realize it's just the world.
In some
the
ways,
world is a nice place.
in some
Mhm.
ways,
And
I'd like
people
to
are
trash
nice
my shows
people.
up a little bit, but
Yeah.
But
You're usually the trash that's there.
yeah, I'm the trashiest one of my shows
Yeah. Yeah.
now.
Lindsay Blair. I like those. I would love all the guys' perspective. I had a psychology teacher in college who argued that altruism altruism. What is it?
Altruism.
Altruism is impossible because that would require a person or groups of people to have absolutely no selfish motive when deciding to act. I don't know what altruism means.
Yeah, fill
It's
us in.
doing something good for somebody just for the sake of it being good.
I agree that altruism is impossible, but I love bringing this up with groups of people because it sparks quite the discussion. What do you guys think? Is altruism impossible? I mean, you think she just goes with groups and asks people that? She brings it up all the time, like
Walks up
parties
to
and stuff?
strangers.
Yeah.
That's my
It
kind of
goes-
small talk.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, what do you think? Altruism is impossible? I'd be like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
Formal definition here is the act of helping somebody else at some cost to oneself, which can
What?
include. So it's helping somebody for truly unselfish.
Where you gain
reasons.
nothing.
I don't think
and
it's
you're
impossible
saying that's
at all.
impossible?
I don't think so.
I say it is impossible.
Do you?
Mhm. Give me an example.
Where you're helping an old lady cross the street?
You're doing it because it makes you feel good.
No, but what if she needs help because she's old?
Well, yeah, that's not the point, though.
What about just giving, a homeless person money?
Well, you're doing it for selfish reasons.
You're doing it to get the person away from you,
Yeah.
or you're doing it to feel good, or you're doing it for people to see you do
Well, I
it.
guess you're doing it in a way.
Yeah,
It
but
makes
as a
you feel
Christian-
good, but I don't think you're doing it to feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm depressed. I better go give some money to some homeless people.
But
I
also-
helped a lady
Yeah.
at the airport. Like she was looking for her daughter when we were in somewhere. I forget. And I helped her do it. I helped her find her daughter. I just talked to her for a second,
Mhm.
and that was it. And then I went inside the airport.
Yeah.
And I didn't draw attention to it. I didn't I just walked over alone, did it by myself, and then went inside. Like what would I
Well,
gain
did you
from
not
that?
feel any kind of social responsibility to do that?
Oh, I mean, you could just see someone needed help. I don't know if I thought of like, oh, I need to go help this old person. I
Uh-huh.
think you're like, someone needed help. What's the difference if you see a kid that can't find his parents?
Yeah.
I mean, what deed is coming from that? You're like, oh, this person lost their kid.
Mm-hmm.
You're truly just trying to help this kid out.
Yeah.
What's the deed from it? That you want to see people see you help a kid out? That's
no,
just,
or you feel good by doing it. Did you feel good doing that? Help
I know,
yourself?
but then you're getting into like, what is it even? So you just nothing's nothing then. So nothing's
Yeah.
nothing, which is the extreme version of exactly what the Dunner Kerrigan, Nancy Kerrigan
The
thing,
Nancy Kerrigan
the
effect.
Nancy Kerrigan effect. But it's like it means if you can pick apart everything, be like, well, did you feel good about it? You're like, then I mean, honestly, this teacher should be just fired.
Do you guys,
Which is the Duncy Kerrigan? Let me tell you what, I got something going back there.
you guys both think it's impossible?
I mean, using those examples, yeah, I think we usually do something good because there's some ulterior motives behind it for ourselves.
But it's like,
What if you let a balloon go and a little kid sees it in a hospital, but you didn't know he was up there, but that meant a lot to him, and then you let it go just because it's fun to watch.
Well,
a
that
balloon go
wasn't
up.
altruism then. You were doing it just to do it. You weren't doing it to help somebody.
So they're saying, okay, so altruism just means like it's just
but is it possible to do something that makes you feel good, but not do it because it would make you feel good?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
when I
that's the
helped that
question, I
lady, I didn't do it because I made me feel good. It just I'm trying to solve a problem.
It might have made you feel good, but
Yeah.
that's not why you did it.
You're doing something. I mean, you're just being nice to someone. I had really no emotion with it. I didn't walk away going like, I feel good.
Mm-hmm. Would you have felt bad if you just walked away and didn't do anything?
I would have felt bad because I saw that she needed help.
Uh-huh.
So
So you did it
yeah.
to avoid feeling bad.
No, because it was I'm looking at a problem,
Okay.
so it needs to be solved. So I would just be like, well, I didn't help that problem. Why would I not solve that problem?
Okay.
I know, but so if you get into this, dude, there's no reason psychology should exist because with what this feels like to me is like you could never give the answer because what if you say it, then that teacher goes, but did you feel good? And then you're like, well, so now I don't even know what are you supposed to do? Like is it you couldn't even do anything without feeling good. I mean, you would have to do something without knowing that you did it. It would have to be without known.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't know. Which, if that's the case, then you're saying it's not altruism.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not altruism, then there's no way. Then it is impossible to this man's definition. But it's not impossible in the fact that like people are good people. They help people cross the street. Because I'm just giving these quick examples. A young child yelling for her mom, can't find her. I help her find the mom. I don't do it because it makes me feel good. That was presented to me randomly, and then I solved the problem and helped because you want to. The parent needs the kid needs the parent. So you're just trying to put them back together.
Yeah,
I don't think I need anything from it. I didn't do it because I want to do something. But then if you tell them that's literally if it's helping a kid out, then he's saying that's impossible. How is that impossible?
Well, you're saying it's impossible for something to be, and this is, I'm sure this teacher just argued this to get discussion going.
And we don't know if it was a he.
And what kind of psychopath would you be to do good deeds and not feel good about it?
Well, that's a separate argument whether it even matters. Whether something could be truly
like they're trying
altruistic.
This is how they do a semester.
But you know,
because they can't, they'd be done in 30 minutes. But college is dragged out, so they got to just keep going. Well, what if then the sky came down and it was yellow, and you go, well, I didn't know it could be a yellow sky. You go, what if there was?
Yeah.
What would you do? And then we think about it and they talk about it.
Next
thing you know, they're on a different, on another level.
200-word essay.
They live on another planet. Like they're just gone. And then you come back and then you leave college, go to the real world and have no skills.
Yeah.
That's
true in a lot.
Because you just go.
It's true in a lot of ways.
Because you and Lindsay are just walking into groups of people going, you think altruism is impossible?
Well, this is just a question of like, why do we really do what we do? Are we satisfying desires that we have? And then it's just like, can you ever do something 100% just for good and nothing to do with you, with no self-interest at all?
But that's helping a kid.
That is at least an interesting argument. But they argue, look, when you see a kid being hurt or something, you have a desire to help the kid. So by helping the kid, you're satisfying that desire.
Then you're talking about a robot. A robot is the only thing that has no emotions. So humans have emotions. It is impossible if you bring up emotions. It's impossible. So there's no conversation.
That's part of this argument.
Well, there is no argument because everybody has emotions. So there is no argument. There is because the only way to have an argument is there has to be an answer. That's not true. Talk about something that is impossible. Because if anything I say, you then go, well, you don't think it makes you feel better inside, or it doesn't do this. If you're going to say that all day long, I'm a human being. I can't. I have no answer. I can't make that go away. A robot could do something for the good of the person that has no emotion. I cannot. So it is impossible, which that means this is a ridiculous question because there is no way, according to what the psychology teacher is, there's just no way. Because you don't help a kid find a parent, and there's nothing inside of you that makes you think I'm doing this for the good. It's like you do an immediate reaction and solve the problem.
Just pure instincts.
It's pure instincts. Yeah. I don't think you're doing something like that because it's just you are just a human that's like going like, oh, that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that as long as if you're not doing it
go ahead, Dustin.
To make yourself feel better.
Flat Earth guy, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not doing it to make yourself feel better, then that's not your motive. That's what it says. There's no selfish motive. That's what I think.
I don't know if we needed your part at the end.
Well, I wanted to smooth the rant out. It came out.
You did
hot.
help
It
me.
came off hot.
Yeah.
And I'm not tired. Here it goes. Oh boy, Lindsay. What kind of party she's? I mean, she walks into these parties, just blows the whole party up. People, never tell you something. You ain't ever again. Lindsay just gone. She's like, I mean, every party, you're like, don't invite Lindsay. Did she ask all these questions? And then people start losing it. We're having a baby shower. We're having a baby shower. She goes, hey, she corners people.
I think the next question is going to be much more up your alley.
What? Oh, Paul Wolf. If you could have an infinite amount of liquid slosh. God, sorry, Reagan. Paul Wolf. If you could have an infinite amount of liquid/sauce in each finger on one hand like a tap, what would you choose? Mine would be water, type O negative blood, coffee, penicillin, and Duke's mayonnaise. Oh, like in each finger.
Yeah, the mayonnaise feels like a waste to me.
I would say
Feels
the
disgusting.
type O negative blood, you can have that.
Yeah.
Just make your finger a tap, and it'll come out for you.
Well, is O negative
is
the
true.
universal donor?
I just assume that's what his
Oh.
blood type was.
I think that's the universal donor.
Yeah, so you can just give blood just constantly.
When do they tell you what your blood type is?
When you're born,
People of any blood type can receive type O
I
negative.
don't know
when
if I
you
know
give
what mine
blood.
is.
Yeah, when you give blood, they tell you.
you don't have any.
I don't know what mine is. My mom knows, I think. I've had to ask her before.
Yeah. I think my mom, what blood type do I have? She listens to the podcast.
Yeah, let them know.
We'll find out next week.
Water
Okay.
feels like a waste too. Water's too easily accessible.
I would go water though, because you never need to. Anytime you're thirsty, you could just. Yeah,
Yeah, water's
yeah.
great.
Water. I'd like water.
Water's
on there.
great.
do a
Would
gallon
you
a
do that
day.
finger? I would do my thumb
Oh,
because you're going to do it the most,
yeah.
and that's just easiest.
It's like you're just sucking your thumb.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
you got to
you're
go. That's the one that's like you're
Right.
just you got to do it all
And
day
it's
just
the
long.
all
biggest
day.
too, right?
Yeah.
So
All-
it'd be a flow the best.
Yeah.
You just shoot.
That
it
may
in
be
there.
your mayonnaise one though. If mayonnaise is
Yeah.
one
I
that
don't
you-
Put mayonnaise on the thumb
yeah.
all day.
Well,
And man, how often are you eating mayonnaise if you want to waste one of your fingers on this?
Yeah.
liquid.
That
or
makes me
sauce?
mad,
What about ketchup? You like a lot of ketchup?
Yeah, the
But I
blood. Why
feel
do
like
you
you can
put
get any
type O
liquid.
negative
I mean,
blood?
What about
Why would-
oil, ladies and gentlemen? Oil. I can
Or
sell
glass.
barrels of it.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Motor oil.
motor oil.
What about liquid gold?
You
Is
got
that
it
a real
in,
thing?
Yeah.
You got it in your body though. You got oil in your body.
No, I don't think this stuff is stored
Better
You
anywhere.
than-
better hope.
Better than mayonnaise.
You better hope you don't mess it. You go, hold on. You put the wrong
Wrong
finger.
finger.
I'll be honest. You better put oil on the pinky
Yeah.
Yeah.
and water on the thumb. You want them to be far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You want them to be far.
Laundry detergent or soap? Would you have that at
No.
all? Soap? You wouldn't
That's
have
a
soap?
waste of time.
I never
No.
use it.
Waste of time.
Waste of
Yeah.
time.
Hand sanitizer on
Yeah.
this
You
one
could
right
maybe
here?
do hands, but I think you do it too much. I wouldn't do hand sanitizer. You don't want to waste it on. It is like you want it to be fun.
Yeah.
So
Wine, maybe some wine.
I would do
uh,
wine even though I don't drink. I would just give it to other people. All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but you're going
The life of every
It's going to
party,
be
dude.
very tempting.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Wine's always
You
available.
just
You
bite
bite
the
your
wrong
nails?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bite the wrong nail and you relapse for
Yeah.
15 years.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That
Be
is
a good party trick though.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like the oil.
Like turn water.
But if
into
it's got to be
wine,
fun things,
but
so if
Watered
it's say it's
down.
got to be condiments, penicillin. I mean, this
Penicillin.
is like a real.
yeah, this is the.
This is like I think what does come out of your fingers.
What's on that?
If it's I would do hot mustard.
I mean, I could take some mustard on there. It feels
No,
unnecessary.
no McDonald's hot mustard.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Get it right,
Okay,
Dusty.
okay,
Get
so
it,
I don't
yeah,
want
not
that.
regular mustard.
Okay.
I agree. That would be that'd be unnecessary.
Yeah.
McDonald's hot mustard's another. It's doing its own thing. I would do that. Ketchup, yum sauce.
No, what is
Ooh.
you're wasting 3 fingers on a sauce? But this is so what's interesting, Nate, is you're always going to have to get food.
Yeah,
So why don't you just get these condiments as you're getting the food? It's not like I don't understand the benefit of having.
that's true.
Just get it. Just get the hot when you get McDonald's. Just get the mustard then.
It's
Yeah,
always kind of a pain to ask
water.
for it. They don't want to give it to you. I would stick with hot mustard because they don't want to. They sometimes they want to charge you $0.25 and all this kind of stuff. It's not easy.
Oh, what about maple syrup? That stuff's expensive too.
It can
Yeah.
be or
Real-
honey.
real-
Honey too. Is
Oh
the same
yeah,
way.
water, honey, maple syrup, motor oil, and gas. Why not gas?
Yeah,
in the car?
oh yeah,
Gasoline's
gas.
big.
Yeah.
That man, that would take a long time to fill up
Yeah.
the car.
That's my 5.
You
though.
just sit your pinky in there. No, yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
little clicker.
That's not a bad 5,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's my 5.
Yeah, because honey's tough to have around.
Yeah,
it's
ma-
tough to keep
real
around.
maple syrup
Honey
is
would be
expensive.
sticky. You'd always be sticky.
You'd have to.
Yeah,
have to clean it off
but
every
it gets it's like a spider web. Honey gets
it gets everywhere.
everywhere. You just you accidentally miss something. It's just on your clothes, and
Yeah.
honey would be a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
You have to wear gloves all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that hand, you wear a glove.
You know, like a hot glue gun would be interesting.
I know, but what I'm
you could
saying,
see one of them as a hot glue
Yeah.
gun. I mean, that's pretty
That would be
convenient.
pretty fun.
Yeah, or
Or
even
like a caulking.
yeah, a caulking
Yeah,
gun.
you could just like the windows or the seals broken. You're
Oh,
always
man.
ready
I have to
to.
switch careers.
Yeah.
All 5
Okay.
fingers just do call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caulking.
Yeah.
Motor oil.
Motor oil. But if it's got to be, I was saying, like, if it's got to be condiments, which
Okay.
5 condiments would you do?
Barbecue sauce, Chick-fil-A sauce, mustard, mayonnaise.
Regular mustard.
Yeah,
Not
I'd say,
hot
I'd say
mustard.
regular mustard, yellow mustard.
I think
You could
it's
do a
lot.
mustard and a hot sauce.
Oh, I do a honey mustard, maybe a hot sauce. There you go, like a
I would do hot
Cholula,
mustard.
something like that.
Yeah.
Something thick,
And I would do honey mustard.
something viscous.
Maybe
Yeah.
O'Charlie's honey mustard.
Okay,
O'Charlie's
love
got
you're
good
getting
mustard.
restaurant specific
Well,
on
you
all
said
this.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Honey mustard, O'Charlie's honey mustard, McDonald's hot mustard,
What about
Heinz
some kind
ketchup.
of like special sauce from like a Zaxby's, like a
Talking about like a Guthrie sauce. Something
yeah.
like that.
Jim Bob's chicken finger sauce specifically.
I don't. Yeah, I'd need to taste it.
Yeah.
I could see.
Dusty, put your finger out.
I could see I could see barbecue sauce.
Now they sell O'Charlie's honey mustard in jars.
Yeah, no, I know.
We've got about 12
I
fingers
know.
going.
Yeah.
And maybe like maybe some Taco Bell. The pinky some
Oh,
Taco
yeah,
Bell
little fire
sauce.
sauce.
Yeah, I'd go. Yeah, I could maybe go fire. I'd go hot. I do hot.
Yeah.
I just go hot.
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Why don't you bring that up, Lindsay? That's the question you should be asking at your parties, Lindsay. That's the question she has to ask after she gets everybody in a blowout fight over the altruism. The altitude she's got them or something. Joshua Crow watched Greatest Average American for the 4th time and noticed that during the infamous syrup on the waffle maker story, Nate says his friend is my age. I feel this should be pointed out as I hear breakfast age getting slammed out here each week. I threw him a bone, folks.
Yeah. It made sense for the bit that it would be
Yeah.
the guy, your same generation.
Yeah. If I would have said he's older than me, then it's like you might have to address
Then it's kind of
that.
understandable.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be understandable, or you just got to address it.
Yeah.
That's like my sister's 9 years younger than me, but I say 10 in the joke because it's just,
Mhm.
because it's like, I'm 25, she's 21, I'm 28, 18, 28.
Mhm.
You're just trying to make it easy, math. But it's all close. Joanna Marie Zimmerman would love to hear the crew's thoughts on this Twitter topic attached.
All right.
It says $10 million right now in your hand, but there's a catch. A snail is chasing you for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, you die a terrible death. The snail cannot be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. Are you taking the $10 million?
Nah.
Why not?
It's just too much hassle.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say I don't think that's enough money to make it do this. Like if it was said 100 million, that's the more like 10 million. I'm not saying, and I know it's going to seem like, I know 10 million is a ton of money. I'm not saying it's not a ton of money,
Mhm.
but for something that's going to haunt you for the rest of your life, you don't want just $10 million. I mean, dude, the cost of living everywhere is so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, where are you going to go live? New York? I mean, it's like there goes 3 of your $10 million. Truly. So if someone gave you $10 million, like you're not quitting your job.
Yeah.
I think I saw this question. That's the part that I didn't understand. I was like, that's not like, unless that's the point of the question being like, look, we're not going to give you it because everybody would do it for 100 million. So 10 would be like, I don't think 10's worth.
But I think
Well,
10 million. I just
Depends
looked
on
at,
your age.
I
too.
just looked it up. It said a snail moves 0.03 miles per hour. Well, let's say it's continuously all day just moving at you. You could move to Murfreesboro from here and you would never see this thing.
It would never make it there.
Yeah.
What
No,
could
because-
you put salt all around your house as a defense? I mean, it
Sure,
doesn't kill
why
it,
not?
but
Why not?
keep him away.
Oh, it would kill it for sure.
It says
But
it can't
says
be
it
killed.
can't be killed.
Oh,
But you keep the salt because if it could be killed, you just take the money and
Yeah.
step on it and get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like he could hop a ride somewhere though.
Well, that's true.
Oh, that's interesting. It climbs on a car.
Yeah. You just can't take any chances.
And like you're trying to
Well,
sleep.
because it's like, why would you just move overseas and then it's got to get on a boat
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it knows exactly where you're at?
Um,
You would have to probably just. Do you know where it's at? I guess you don't know.
No,
where
that's the thing.
Imagine how hard your sleep would be then. You're already jumping and nothing's after you.
Yeah.
There's a snail coming.
If you could
for
lay eyes on him and then hop on a plane to another country, then you could rest for a while.
Yeah.
I just think the constant paranoia. Is
Unless
not
he
worth it.
somehow got on the plane. You just would, the
Plane
constant,
with you.
the paranoia wouldn't be enough. That's what I mean. That's why I think the money would need to be more. I don't think 10 million is, 10 million is, you're going to, I mean, dude, the world is expensive.
Yeah.
I think if you make $10 million a year, I don't know if you could live in New York City right now. Like, if someone just like, here's $10 million, could you could live in New York? I mean,
Imagine having an office job and knowing that the snail within
Yeah.
that 8 hours could get to you.
You'd have to hire security, somebody that's job
I
just to
know.
look for them.
But I'm saying, you think of all this. Yeah, you would
Yeah.
basically just be like, hey, you'd have people walk around and just be like, keep an eye out for this snail. You would do that.
People
but
would
then,
think you were a paranoid schizophrenic all
Yeah.
the time.
I just did the math. So it would take the snail to get to Nashville to Atlanta. It would take 344 days
Less
for
than a
the
year.
snail to get to Atlanta.
yeah.
I thought it would be, that's faster than I'd like.
you basically could, you just go down to Florida for a year. You see it in Nashville, you go to Florida for a year, and then you're like, set a calendar and be like, every year you got to move.
Or you just jump back and forth.
But that's assuming he doesn't hop a ride somewhere.
Or he just knows
she.
that game and just
I
waits
don't
for
know
you.
what the snails. I don't want to assume.
In a year, waits
Yeah.
for you to get back to your house
Yeah.
and is in your bed the whole time.
Oh, man.
Surprise!
yeah.
So I think we all say no, though, right?
I would
No.
take this immediately.
Oh, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. For sure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
Done.
$5 million and pay people to watch outside my house for it.
Yeah.
And then I think once you get the money, the snail's on the bottom of the thing. You go, dadgummit.
Yeah.
You got me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the check.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's fun.
I'm gonna read this before we go to
Okay.
Gooder sunglasses. I got a pair right here. These are my cool shades.
All right.
Ooh.
Gooder's a new sponsor on the podcast. This is a brand. Look, I love these sunglasses, and I bought these. I bought them. I forget where, but Gooder, like a lot of they start at only $25 a pair, and it comes with a 1-year warranty and 30-day free returns. Equals 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I have a couple pair of these, and I've always liked them because they're great, man. They're super comfortable to wear. Like I think these look good. People always like when I wear these sunglasses, people always like say, they're like, oh man, those are nice sunglasses. And you can pick from like a lot of different colors, a lot of different stuff like that. $25. This one might have been $35. Like, but it's like, it's like 25 or 35. You get a very stylish sunglass that, for some reason, I'll be honest with you, you just don't lose the $25 ones.
I know.
And the $35 ones, you're just not going to lose them, which is a good thing. And then, and if you do, though, it's not the end of the world. It's not a $250 pair sunglasses or whatever. I mean, sunglasses are insane. I mean, truly, I bought these. I have these. I really like these. I like Gooder.
What's fun is they got sizes for big heads too. They got XL
really?
sunglasses in there. Yeah, if you got a wider head,
and look who that's coming from.
Yeah.
They are 100% polarized too. I'm telling you, huh?
Just trying to jump in with add some information.
100% polarized. I'll tell you, that's the reason you buy the other glasses is because you want polarized. I honestly, I promise you, I'm a giant fan of Gooder. I wear these. I mean, honestly, I wore these today to Harper's talent show. So they couldn't.
Indoors?
No, I took them off when I got inside. But I wore them on the way there. I wear them to golf in. I wear them all the time. I really do love a pair of good. I have some other sunglasses that are awesome, but there's more and more. I just don't think I wouldn't. It's like it just doesn't make sense. It's really the older you get, the more you're spending money on stuff, the more you go like, what am I? And all I want is the polarization. Well, these are polarized.
What does that mean?
I don't even know, but I like that
It makes
says that.
things like
All right.
clearer.
It makes things. It always looks a little different.
Yeah, it looks real crisp. It almost looks
Yeah.
like HD.
And so that's the only reason I do it. And so I mean, these you could $100. You could get someone could pick 4 pairs of sunglasses out, or 3 really cool pairs of sunglasses out, and then you're set for a long time.
It sounds like they came up with that name because that sounds like something you would say.
Gooder.
Yeah.
It is a good name too.
The way they
do
spell
look
it.
good.
Gooder.
They
Yeah,
spell it like
Goodr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Because sometimes if you buy cheap sunglasses at, say, the gas station, they don't look good. These look great.
These look great. These are the nicest cheap sunglasses you could buy. I mean, they're
They are gooder.
I haven't even
in the
read
gas
anything.
station.
Yeah.
So here, let me read this. I haven't read nothing about this ad. But if you want to support the show and pick up a pair, Gooder is giving Nateland listeners free shipping on your first order. There is a link in the show notes, and maybe you'll see us in them in real life. You can go to gooder.com/Nate and use code Nate to get free shipping. Gooder offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and 100% satisfaction. Find your pair at Gooder, that's Goodr, gooder.com/Nate, and use code Nate to get free shipping. I was very excited when I saw this come up as an ad. I was super pumped about that. So what does it mean go in the show notes, like at the YouTube stuff and
it'll
notes
be in
of
the
that?
description.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the description of that. Okay. All right. Last comment. Oh my gosh, because it leads us into
Do you
the thing.
care what polarized means?
I don't know, man. Not really. Madison Hill. Curious what y'all think is the most recognizable state if shown to some. Oh. Curious what y'all think is the most recognizable state if shown to someone just as a shape with no other context.
Go ahead.
I think Texas.
That's what I was about to say.
I was going to say the Texas or
Oh,
Florida.
I would say Tennessee, but that's just because that's what I.
Well, it's very
biased.
recognizable for
It's
sure. But I
very
think across the
biased.
country, I think
Oh, that everybody do.
Texas, California,
Alaska.
Florida, Alaska.
Hawaii too.
Yeah.
You know, Hawaii.
Hawaii would confuse you. You'd be like, "What is that?" I could see you being confused by Hawaii,
Yeah.
but Alaska would be easy just because it's always at that bottom in the middle of nowhere, and you would just be like, "Yeah, it's Alaska." You go.
Yeah.
They can only put it in bottom of corners. Did you know that? Even if it was just one, even if it was one thing, they would have to write Alaska. They blank piece of paper. They're gonna have you look at it, and they have to still do Alaska right there. And then, right there. They have to go, and you go Alaska, and they go, and the rest of them they can draw in the middle.
I think Vermont and New Hampshire, they're just each other flipped vertically.
Tennessee, we
Flipped
got a
around.
unique shape.
Yeah, we'd be top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I could see Texas, and
You don't think so?
To me, Idaho is very unique.
I think we're
too.
top 10 completely.
Okay.
No, you're not going to know Idaho. Not when you see it alone.
Oh, I think so.
Not
I
you're
think it's a
seeing it out.
pretty
That's what I mean.
unique
Tennessee.
shape with the flat bottom. and
Idaho kind of looks like Florida, though, in a way. What if they flipped it upside down? You might be like, "Oh, is that Florida?"
the-
Those dinosaur
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's just a
Yeah.
bird.
yeah. I think it's Texas.
I think Texas is the clear number one, but if we're building a top 5,
I would do Texas, Florida,
Louisiana, to me,
California.
I think
very
Tennessee-
distinct.
Oklahoma.
Louisiana for sure.
Tennessee
It's literally
is
an
up
L.
there.
Yeah.
Tennessee's up there, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think we're easily top 10.
But
Yeah, I bet we are the most recognizable in the middle of the country state.
Man, I don't know.
No ocean. No top, no anything.
Oh, we're talking about of landlocked states?
landlocked states.
Yeah.
Oklahoma,
Michigan is the hand. A lot of people really recognize that.
the mitten.
But Oklahoma,
Yeah.
you just know it above Texas. Like you're not gonna if you saw it alone, if you
Yeah.
saw it on the street.
You know, like, because it looks like a panhand. I mean, it looks like a
I
pan.
know, but I'm saying if it
Or a
just
meat cleaver.
popped up around a corner, you'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Who is that?
I never thought of that as a meat cleaver, but it
Yeah.
sure does look like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That would confuse you alone, though. That's what I mean. The skinny part, you only recognize really on top of Texas, and if you saw it alone, you would be startled. And
I don't think I'd be startled.
yeah, and I could see
I think I
someone.
would handle it pretty well.
I think someone would be like Alaska, and you're like, "What?" And you go, "I'm so what is it? Oklahoma. Like they're not going to know. Tennessee, we're pretty,
Mm-hmm.
But
we're
it-
pointy.
Similar to North Carolina on this particular map.
Not really.
I mean,
Tennessee.
yeah, North
Yeah,
Carolina's got a
not-
little funnier of a
Not
shape.
dressy. We're not from Tennessee, so we're not
Yeah.
as biased as y'all are.
Because see, to me, Alabama's very recognizable.
yeah, it's got
Alabama-
the two little legs there at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Maybe the
Yeah.
least recognized.
What are you
Yeah.
talking- what are you talking about?
Huh?
Yeah,
The
I agree.
I think the people are the most recognizable, but I think the state.
We got our two little things
Two
hanging
little
down
legs.
there.
It's
I can
walking.
eyeball in Alabama from 2 blocks away. I bet that boy's from Alabama. What was this leading into?
Today we're going to talk about another state.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
A state that we have not mentioned once.
Yeah.
yet
Well,
so
I was
far.
looking at it on that map. I wouldn't put it in the
No.
top 25 for sure.
No.
Mm.
Illinois, which I
Alright.
so bad want to say Illinois, but it's Illinois.
Remember Ron Zook? Remember that?
What about him?
When he took the job as head coach at University of Illinois from Florida.
Mhm.
And in the press conference, he said, I'm so excited to be here at the University of Illinois. I mean, that was day one.
Wow.
And then he just didn't
Said
work
it-
out.
Yeah, it didn't last long, I don't
Yeah.
think. I mean, he got it. The opening press conference, he got it wrong.
Yeah. I wonder if that just does set you off wrong.
It's hard to come
You
back
know,
from
it's-
that, man.
If
I
you
know,
won,
but
they
if
wouldn't
you
care.
won, like, yeah,
That's
like,
true.
so if you're Nick Saban and you mispronounce Illinois, but you're Nick Saban, I think it's a sign of if like it's something that doesn't get recognized if you're Nick Saban just because you go win. I bet if you ask Nick Saban, he's like, "Oh, I mispronounced
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa. I said You said it wrong in this thing."
Uh-huh.
And I got people yelled at me. No one ever knows that because we've always talked about him winning. And then that Ron Zook gets fired, and you're like, that's all that's talked about because that's how he started because it was bad. So it's highlighted.
Well, look at Brian Kelly. I mean, he got off to a terrible start at LSU.
Mm-hmm. Ended up having a decent season, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really
Pretty
turned
good.
around.
But it was a tough start where he faked that accent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was
crazy.
tough.
I think he just got down in there and he got into it.
Oh, yeah.
dude, he's
Yeah.
from Boston.
But my
dude, and he's
my wife's Canadian and she talks pretty Southern now. I mean,
Well, like you just get in Louisiana is
Yeah.
I could you could talk me into that.
Yeah.
Because if you went to Boston, you could start saying, "I'm in Boston." You just like
This
you
is
just
like
everybody's
the second day of him being in Louisiana. I'm here with my family. And you're like, dude, that's insane.
yeah.
Come on, Brian. What are you doing?
Well, you're biased because he left Notre Dame for him.
That's
so.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, Illinois. All right.
But he didn't come to Notre Dame in day two. He's like,
No.
"Oi, okay, lads, we're here at
Yeah.
the University of Notre
Okay.
Dame." You know.
How many layovers would you take for a flight to Illinois, Brian?
That's a good question. It's a good question because I'll be there. Chicago Zanies, June 18th. I had a Southwest flight. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. So one. I would say one.
One.
Fine.
Four-
Yeah.
45 minutes
Yeah.
in, I'd like to stop. Then
But
ride it
you
out.
will muscle it because it's only an hour 15.
Yeah.
Well, I have to. I
You,
don't like it,
you
but
find it in Midway.
yeah.
That's like the easiest flight in the world.
Yeah. Well,
Midway's
some.
airport's completely changed.
it has.
Yeah.
When I moved to Chicago in 2003, Midway was a tiny, tiny, tiny airport, and it's just a lot bigger now. It's not O'Hare, but I mean, I always flew to Midway because it was Southwest, and it was always just like, I mean, it was the tiniest airport, and now it's a real deal airport.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Illinois slogan is?
The show me state.
Oh, hold on.
The home of Lincoln, birthplace of Lincoln.
That's Missouri.
It's close. Hey, it borders
The
Illinois.
slogan is
Borders darn near half of it.
Illinois makes some Illinois.
It's something to do with Lincoln. Isn't it the birthplace of Lincoln?
The
It's
land of Lincoln.
the land of
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Land of Lincoln.
What does that mean? He was born there, but isn't he born in
wasn't born
Kentucky?
there.
He's born in Kentucky.
He's born in Kentucky, lived there for 31 years. So he spent most of his life there in Springfield. He's buried in Springfield.
Is he a senator? He's an Illinois senator, right?
He's buried in Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
So I can go see where.
You can. His
I can
home's
go see
there.
where Abraham
All
Lincoln.
right.
There's a Lincoln
Oh,
Museum there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
All right. That's
There's
fun.
there's 3 presidents who were elected while living in Illinois. Lincoln, can you know another 2?
Barack Obama.
And
That while they were living in Illinois, Roosevelt.
no.
It felt like it. I just guessed on his name.
Did that feel? Yeah.
It felt good with his name, George Washington.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, almost.
Oh,
None of them born there, though.
yeah.
Lincoln was born in Kentucky. Grant was born in Ohio.
And Obama.
Was born in Kenya. No. Ronald Reagan was born in Illinois.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I saw his childhood house.
Oh, yeah?
I drove by there recently. Where is that in Illinois?
Someone lives
I
there?
was just there.
I don't know. But Springfield, the Lincoln Presidential Library is the largest and most attended presidential library in the country.
And that's in Springfield?
Mhm.
Oh, man.
You got a lot to do when you're there.
I got a lot
man.
to do. We're there 2 nights, so.
Mm-hmm.
Dixon, Illinois. There it is.
Someone lives there?
I don't think so. I think it's like a museum now.
Mm-hmm.
But why was I here? I was here recently.
Pick up your baseball glove.
No, I don't know.
So Chicago's the third largest city in the U.S. In 1839, Nuevo, Illinois, was the same size as Chicago. It now has less than 2,000 people.
Wow.
But it was the same size because Joseph Smith lived there, and the Mormons, that's where they were getting started there. But then Joseph Smith was killed while in jail there in Illinois, and then they all took off for Utah, get out of town. So, and I'll be this is after Wise Guys. Never mind. Let's move on. Just threw that in for my Wise Guys plug. But
Wise Guys in
You had a great
October.
time in Wise Guys. You had a great
I
time
did. I saw that every
Yeah.
show. Standing
Yeah.
ovations.
yeah.
They were teasing you about that first pitch, though. Whew,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
embarrassing.
that was embarrassing.
First skyscraper was in Chicago, the Home Insurance Building in 1885.
Wow.
And the Sears Tower was the tallest building in the world from 1973 to 1998.
I remember that. I've been in Sears Tower.
It was the tallest in the United States after
Longer than that.
9/11, right?
Yeah.
It became the tallest
Yeah.
until the Freedom Tower, I
Mhm.
think. Yeah.
We just went up to the John Hancock building.
John Hancock Building. Where's that?
It's
Yeah.
in Chicago.
I always, when I would go to Chicago, I get those two mixed up because they both have the
Yeah,
towers. They're both very tall. It's
Yeah.
still, maybe not now. They were both two of the tallest buildings in the United States.
Yeah, John Hancock building, I believe, is where Chris Farley lived and he died.
Yeah.
Oh,
He did.
Oh, it's like a residential. It's
Yeah.
got just apartments in it.
They have a Cheesecake Factory at the bottom.
Uh-huh. I was about to say that too.
Oh, now I know where this is.
Yeah.
It's on Michigan Avenue.
It's on Michigan Avenue. And so it's near where I work. So I would always go walk. Like when I moved to Chicago with Jake Melnick's, when I already tables there, it was it's like you could walk over there. So like we had a break or something. I'd sometimes walk over there just because it was just so I couldn't believe I was like in a city like that. You're just like, this is crazy. And you just go look and walk around. There's just so many people. And so the John Hancock building, because you can go do a thing where like a tour at the top, but you can also go up there and have they have a bar restaurant at the top. And so another one people do is like they just go take an elevator and go up there and you have a drink and you can see the top of it. Or there's a restaurant too, and then you can ride back down. I mean, you're in the elevator. I mean, it's
I hate that feeling when you're in a big building and the elevator's going up and you're like,
no,
we're still just ding, 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 ding. And you're like,
Yeah.
golly, I'm up here.
yeah,
I'm scared of heights.
yeah. But Travis did not do well. He had to go sit away from the window and has turned his back to it.
Yeah.
The Willis Tower now has like a sky bridge.
Yeah.
You can stand on it. And I did that one time. I could not get my legs to move. Like I could not get them to, my brain was saying, go on out there, but I couldn't get my legs to.
Where?
Yeah,
What
that's
is
a
that?
Good instinct.
That's the Sears
yeah.
Tower.
The Sears Tower.
It's now
Yeah,
called
now
the
the
Willis
Willis.
Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sears went bankrupt, right? They don't get to keep the tower.
I guess.
Sears went
There's
bankrupt.
a couple of Sears
That's
left,
sad.
I
I
think.
just found that out.
Mhm.
Sears?
Yeah, I just found that out just
Yeah,
now.
think about it. They used to be everywhere.
I know. It's a good story. Get clothes and tools.
Mhm.
Yeah, leaf blower and some
Yeah.
jeans.
It had its heyday. I think they just
Their
you know,
catalog.
it's kind of like if you don't become great at one thing, you're just kind of fine at everything.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
It's
yeah.
going to
true.
end up not working out,
Right.
and you're like, well, we got Cheesecake Factory's kind of they got everything.
Yeah, even though they advertise themselves as a cheesecake factory, they're like, actually, we do all the meals.
Cheesecake's only
Asian.
one fraction of what we do.
Yeah.
It's not even
It's half a page on a 50-page menu.
Wouldn't even where they make their money.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
It's
Yeah, it's like by the time you eat, you're not even going to have room for cheesecake.
that's what someone said. Like when we were doing this, someone asked us that one. Like if you go restaurant you could go to for the rest of your life, like Cheesecake Factory is almost the exact answer.
Because it's so broad and there's
It's
so many
Asian,
options.
Mexican, Italian,
Which goes against
American.
what you said as far as a restaurant. Usually, the menu's too big.
Well, all
if you
I
could
know
only
is
go to
every
one.
show, like what's the guy's name that you're friends with now? Robert Irvine. Every time these guys
yeah.
go into a restaurant, they always say you need to shorten this menu. up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're friends, but I wish we were.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do
Tweet at each other
Yeah,
occasionally.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fun.
Mhm.
yeah.
Gordon Ramsay, Kitchen Nightmares. He goes,
Yeah.
you got to tighten this menu up, dude.
Yeah,
You're trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think for a restaurant to do it, but I mean a chain restaurant is,
Okay.
like if you could only go to one restaurant forever for the rest of your life, that's probably the one.
Let's see, I'd maybe go Panera or something like that.
You wouldn't though.
No, Panera, I
You
can't
would-
do
you
it.
Get, I mean, you get so burnt out. You got to think Cheesecake
There's
Factory.
no drive-through with the Cheesecake Factory. I'm talking about just convenience. So every day, if I have to go every day, I'd go through a drive-through with a Panera. You can get. It's got breakfast
I gotta
food.
get out of my car and I gotta go. I don't want to get out of my car. What you gotta the doors? One of those that spins around. You can't even fit in that door that good. You're going by just a drive-through.
Well, I'm trying to think about it in its totality. I'm trying to think about
Yeah.
the reality of doing this every day. You know,
I don't think it could be Panera bread though for me.
Panera bread because it's got breakfast and then it's got healthy options for dinner and
That's
lunch.
true. It's
For
got
lunch
some
and dinner.
soups in
Oh,
there
you
too.
You
would.
got soups, you got salads, you got
tea,
sandwiches,
you got coffee.
it's got flatbreads if you want to splurge a little bit. Got some cookies. It's got a pretty wide array of.
You're crazy.
But I don't even go there now, and I have a lot of options. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like if it was my only one, I don't know if I don't know what I want.
It's your
it to be.
only like you. I was thinking you're only if you eat, you have to eat from this menu.
I don't
Mhm.
think it will be Cheesecake Factory though for me either.
Mhm.
Well,
Waffle
that's-
House.
I know.
I
Waffle
love, I
House
love
is-
Waffle House, but I couldn't do it every day.
Yeah.
I could do it 4 days a week.
Cheesecake Factory has sandwiches, has burgers, has Asian. Like I mean, they have everything.
Okay, well, Panera is almost all that too.
They don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, they have Asian salads, 100%.
And so does they have Asian dishes and salads.
I got to call in my order and then go pick it up. That's insane.
Does price matter? Or
No,
is it
let's
just
say
No,
this
I
is
mean-
funded by the government?
okay?
If it's funded
Something.
by the government, I'm going fine dining. I'm going.
Mhm.
Every day though,
Yeah,
I don't think y'all are thinking.
I'm
about
going steakhouse.
the reality of this.
Well,
I know
I don't.
Outback's not
Panera
fine
does
dining.
Panera even have a drive? I didn't know they had a drive-through.
A lot of them do. Some of them don't.
Oh my
but
gosh,
most of them do.
You're buckling your horse down.
But
On
can I go to any? So you can go to any Cheesecake Factory in the country,
Yeah, you just.
and I can go to any. There's way more Paneras, first of all, so your options are.
I don't think I thought of it like this, like that, because I don't think of like having to stand up as a problem. But it's,
But availability, that is
not enough that I would change. I can only get one meal for the rest of my life. You're like, I'll take 4 things if it means I don't have to stand up.
No, what you talking about? 4 things? Look at this menu, dude. I mean,
They got some bagels in there too, though.
they got bagels.
I
They got
think
breakfast.
Cheesecake Factory
sandwiches.
they have breakfast stuff too.
They don't have breakfast. They open at lunch.
They have breakfast. They can do stuff.
I mean, look, they could throw something together in the
What's
kitchen.
your restaurant, Brian?
Well,
Open at 11:30.
I was gonna say Chick-fil-A because the Lord's Day, we need to take a day off.
I
You
couldn't
can't
do
eat
it.
on
I
Sundays,
couldn't do
huh?
it every day though.
Yeah.
Oh, are we saying this is the only place?
This
we
is the
can
only
eat?
place you can eat for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
Jeez.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. That's why Cheesecake Factory is. There's so many options. You will be. That's your best case.
I just thought
because you're only eating
your only
those
restaurant.
options of Cheesecake Factory. Like they have everything. They have sushi. They have anything that you. So if you get tired of one thing, you just go, I'll get this thing. You can literally go, what do you want tonight? Mexican, Asian, hamburger, pizza, sushi, and
But
they
are
go,
their
"We got all
options good though? Is everything?
Yeah,
good?
Everything's
yeah,
pretty good.
Everything's pretty good.
None of it's very healthy, but that's okay.
Western Sizzler.
I mean,
you can
you
find
can-
the right
Western
stuff.
Sizzle will be
You
good.
can
You got
get
a buffet.
They
in
have
there
an
every
under
day?
600 calorie menu.
Oh, there you go. I'm looking at the small plates and snacks. You can get some.
Yeah, I'm going Western Sizzling. I know there's not a lot of options. You got to bunker down in the town, but you get steak, you get chicken, you get a buffet, you got salad, you got ice cream.
Oh, but you're missing out on the macaroni and cheese bacon burger from Cheesecake Factory. I mean,
At least you have
my
the option,
God.
dude. You have the option.
Yeah, what the truffle honey chicken?
You're making your decision as a guy that only eats macaroni cheeseburgers.
That's not true. Oh, you can't eat breakfast here. I think.
Flatbread pizza.
Can I
Yeah.
be honest with you, Nate? This is going to be great for you for about 3 years. Let me tell you something. 4 years from now, you're going to be like, God, I just love some breakfast.
Keep going. I think they have. What was it? They have
That's the
appetizer
End of the
salad.
road.
I think they have like chicken and waffles or something somewhere.
I think
You know what? I skip breakfast a lot, and I would be fine just skipping breakfast.
Yeah, but I think, man, I just wish I had some eggs and some bacon, maybe a little toast.
I know, but you're gonna
omelet,
want
something like that.
I mean, dude,
love a bagel.
you'd run through Panera's menu in 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
It's
No.
yeah, look at that.
Probably a week. Yeah, I'd do some repeats, and that's okay. I don't mind eating the same thing.
I know, but I think this one, I'm saying I would probably do a lot of the same, but you can completely change it up.
Korean fried chicken.
Try it.
Oh, some cauliflower tacos.
Yeah.
Let's go up. So that's specialties.
That's specialties. Let's go up
And
to burgers. You got an Impossible Burger. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
What about Love's Truck Stop?
I never really eat
I
out
love
of
Lamb
there.
truck stop.
burgers.
That would mess me up after
Keep
about
going.
a week, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
the
got the-
glam
Get
burgers.
used to it.
Got the restaurants right-
Avocado
rooms right
toast
there.
is a breakfast.
Avocado.
Take a shower
okay.
there.
Okay, that's
Avocado
fair.
toast.
That's
people eat
fair.
breakfast.
You got avocado toast,
Crispy
I
crab
don't like
bites.
avocado toast. You know.
dynamite shrimp. I do love boom boom shrimp right there. I do
Oh
love that.
man, boom boom shrimp's great.
Yeah.
That'll light you up though.
And this is only a fraction of the menu too. This is just what somebody uploaded. Appetizers.
This
and-
isn't even the whole menu.
I
dude.
know. I'm just saying. Look, I'd never deny there are lots of options at Cheesecake.
I think they have breakfast. If they had breakfast, would you do it?
To me, I don't want to have to. Yeah, I
Can you Google that?
think about it, but I don't want to have to sit down in the Cheesecake Factory for every meal the rest of my life.
Good to go.
Okay, but you have to go into the restaurant.
You just call ahead. I mean, you're going to have to talk to a human being.
If it's the only
So-
restaurant
I talked
left,
to a human being in the drive-through too.
And I'm sure they end up doing like a internet online service.
curbside,
And then if the government's funding it, I'm sure they build a drive-in,
Mhm.
then they do a drive-through.
and the menu
all
would
that
get
stuff.
smaller if the government was funding it.
Yeah, the menu would get
Yeah.
smaller. It'd get more
food would get
expensive.
worse.
Yeah.
Be-
Eventually, you would want just
it'd be
Panera bread.
MREs.
Yeah.
The first McDonald's in Illinois. First
Yeah.
McDonald's franchise.
That's the
That's where it opened.
mhm.
The
I
very
think I
first
know that.
McDonald's.
Is it still up?
No.
The first franchise.
Yeah, they started in California, but then when Ray Kroc, is that his name?
Yeah.
Took over, then he opened one in Des Plaines. Des Plaines,
I wonder if that
Plain.
one's there.
1955.
That one's not there.
I don't think so. I think they tore it down. I think one of the oldest ones is still there,
Why
but
would you do that?
I don't think they realized at the time what they had, and they just, probably tore it down 15 years later.
Ray Kroc didn't strike me as a guy that really cared about tradition too much.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie Founder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good movie.
Great movie.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Nate called me on the way home from that movie. He said, "I don't see what was so wrong with him. He was just getting stuff done."
Yeah.
Well, as a,
Didn't he
from, a
get stuff
bus-
done?
from a
Yeah.
business standpoint, he
got
is
a lot
getting it
done.
done.
Yeah. I didn't have a big problem with him either.
I didn't like him. I
What
mean,
did he
Michael
do?
Keaton's
Because he
hard
did
not to like.
because he bought the real estate.
He kind of
yeah.
cheated the brothers out of.
Yeah,
Oh,
big time. He
You gotta-
cheated them big time.
Well, you gotta step up.
Yeah.
They should have been bit more savvy, but he did
Yeah.
take advantage.
I mean, I'd be pretty mad if I were them
yeah,
or their family.
because what was it? It was because he.
He wanted to franchise it, and
Yeah.
they didn't want to, I think. And he just had a lot of innovative ideas. And I think, he didn't. He kind of tricked them, although I think he.
he tricked him at the end with the one thing they were supposed to get some kind of royalty, and he goes, "That's just going to have to be a handshake
Yeah.
deal." And then he didn't live up to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have no problem with a guy being doing like that. But he just be a good person. I would never. I'd make sure the people got whatever. Like
Yeah.
but I could see if they were like, well, we deserve more. Like you're not working.
Mhm.
I'll do whatever, but you're not. If you're not putting in the time, but I would never take advantage of someone.
4 of Illinois' last 10 governors have gone to prison.
Wow.
It's a very
I only
corrupt
know,
government.
Really, Blagojevich. That's
He's
the
the
only
last
guy I
one.
remember.
the 3 before it. I don't remember them, but They've been on a run lately.
Wow.
What are they going to jail for?
Corruption?
Yeah, but like I don't know, right? Fraud and
Yeah.
stuff that I don't even still understand even after I read it.
Yeah.
Blagojevich was on like Dancing with the Stars or something.
Oh, that guy's in jail?
Blaga.
He was. I think he's out now. I
Oh.
think
He
Trump
was,
pardoned
Why
him.
did he go to jail?
I just read this last night. I don't even remember. It wasn't like something.
Wire fraud, bribery, extortion,
Oh.
and making false statements.
Wow.
Served 8 years in prison.
Wow. What does it mean commuted?
They ended it.
Oh.
Didn't Trump pardon him
Oh, I can't remember.
I thought it was like he commuted to prison.
to work?
Yeah, Donald Trump pardoned him. Or he commuted his 14-year sentence.
Does that mean it's
Wiping
over?
away this, like you can leave, but the conviction, I'm not going to overturn the conviction. So you're still a convicted felon, but you can get out of prison.
Yeah.
The small town of Casey, Illinois, has a dozen attractions that are all certified by Guinness Book of World Records as the largest object in the world. A rocking chair, mailbox, golf ball, and a golf tee and driver.
Wow.
And people come in from all over the country to see these
In
things.
Casey, Illinois. That's the golf tee right there.
And you can go see it?
I think most of them are just out on the street.
Are we near it?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Where is it? Yeah.
I don't know where Casey is in relation to Springfield. World's largest ketchup bottle, also in
Oh.
Wow.
Illinois. It's in
Not at Casey.
No, it's
What
in
was-
Collinsville.
Why would they? I wonder if that's annoying.
They couldn't get it.
You're 2 hours from the world's largest golf tee. Where's the world's
Ketchup?
largest ketchup?
Collinsville.
I might just be able to type it. It's called Cats Up.
I doubt I'd go.
Isn't that annoying? Hour and 15 minutes.
I wouldn't go.
Because it's spelled ketchup, Cats Up.
Why is it? Why? Who spells it? Why do
I
people
didn't
spell-
even know what it was. I was like, what's catsup? And then I Googled it and it said it's ketchup.
Why do people spell it catsup?
I don't know.
That's probably what it was called before, and then someone changed it to.
Like in England?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the early 1800s.
And probably it was a
Well, I
mispronunciation.
feel like you're being annoying if you're still calling it that. Like now, if you go catsup, you're just like, all right.
Yeah,
He's like, well, that's what it originally was called. You're like, I know, but we just
yeah.
let's not get hung up.
So
Yeah.
I disagree with this entry in Wikipedia. It says ketchup is the dominant term in American English and Canadian English, although catsup is commonly used in some southern U.S. states and Mexico.
Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
never seen anybody in the South spell it
Nah.
catsup.
No,
Not a
they
single
throw
person.
because they just throw stuff on us
Not a
because
single
they say
person.
we're dumb. So if
ever in my
something's dumb,
life.
they go, "I'll tell you who does it."
Yes, the South,
Yeah.
Alabama, Tennessee,
See, they be doing the catsup.
They're
down
probably talking
there.
about a different South. I mean, if it's,
southern U.S. states.
I know, but
Talking about like Arizona,
yeah,
New
they
Mexico.
might be or Texas
I think
or
they'd
something.
say Southwest if that was the case.
It might be.
But
Maybe
yeah,
I don't know what Louisiana
I
does.
think it's right that they're just trying to throw dumb things on the South.
Yeah,
well,
because-
it's just somebody entered
Thanks.
a Wikipedia entry.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody
Yeah.
calling it cats up out here. I've never.
I've never,
met a
you
person
know,
in
we
my
don't
life.
like it.
The world's tallest man lived in Alton, Illinois. He was 8'11".
Wow.
You can go to his gravesite, and they left it where you can see how much longer his casket is than everyone else's.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You got
I
any
think
stuff-
I've seen a picture of him. Like he's standing outside of
yeah. We've
Yeah.
talked about it, I think on the World
Goofy
Records
looking
episode.
dude with glasses.
Oh, come on, Aaron.
Aaron.
I'm sorry.
Why would you say
A
that?
devilishly handsome young man.
Well,
But you know, you could just say
Oh,
it's a
Robert
guy.
Wadlow.
that's-
Yeah, I remember Robert Wadlow.
Like,
Yeah.
why? Could you imagine
There's a
you
wax
use
figure.
that description
In
to
LA.
describe the tallest man on earth? He's,
What's he gonna
He's
do?
like, well, look
He's
at-
gonna run at me with them bad knees.
I know, but you just go, who is he? He goes, this goofy dude. And then you go, why don't you say he's the tallest person I've ever seen? Like, Goofy just, no one would ever call him that because he's just the tallest. You would never get past
He's
that.
got a bit of a pocket protector type look. His glasses are probably broken.
He's trying to get some
You
business
sound like a
done.
guy that's 8'9", and you don't believe that he got the record. And you go, are you kidding me? He
I'm
goes,
just saying.
what's he look like? He's kind of goofy looking.
he
I don't know.
goes,
Well,
My
if we've
shoes.
already established he's tall, how else am I going to describe what's going on, above the neck?
But you never make it to that. You only do the tall. No one ever. If you're 8'11", if you go he's tall and they go give me something else, you go he's tall, and that's all you need to know because it's that tall.
I actually think there's more going on to his personality and his identity than his height, Nate. I actually think people are well rounded and people can have multiple traits.
You called him goofy.
You just reduced him down to his height.
You're insulting him. I think he'd appreciate me just saying tall. You think he wants to answer to goofy? And you called him his dumb bad knees.
He's tall.
When was that picture taken?
Scroll
to the bottom. I just saw a number. I thought I saw it.
That's his father. Wow.
Yeah, this is from before 1937.
No, 3930.
You got to think his father worries about the fidelity of his wife.
He died at 22.
Died at 22.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think he was still growing when he died.
Yeah.
What? So he just had something that just never stopped growing?
Look, I called him Goofy, but he was also known as the Alton Giant and the Giant of Illinois.
Well, it was back in the 20s, so.
Okay.
I mean, did he grow up? How tall was he when he was like a kid? Like, his height
was always super tall.
Yeah, I mean, like
at 10 years old, he was. By the time of his high school graduation, he was 8'4".
Yeah, but I mean, so he was taller than his father by the age of 8.
Elementary school, a special desk was made for him.
I mean, this guy's growing.
Other nicknames.
I bet he got called Goofy a lot when he was in school.
The Gentle Giant.
Yeah, but then tomorrow he's bigger than you.
Yeah.
He's growing that fast. You're like, oh, you goofy. And then tomorrow he's 2 feet taller.
Yeah.
You're like, how fast are you growing? And he just shoves your face down.
He wore a size 36 shoe. 37.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty big. Had leg braces.
Poor guy.
Little feeling in his legs and feet. I think he was probably in constant pain.
Oh, yeah. And you called him Goofy.
Well,
this poor guy.
I mean, the truth hurts. You know what I mean?
So did his legs.
He said he had great physical strength until the last few days of his life. So he was, he was dangerous.
I bet the last thing he would have done would have hit you.
He could have dunked a basketball just flat-footed.
Yeah.
Oh,
with his
I think he'd be he'd almost be.
Couldn't be underneath the rim?
Well, 8'11". He's a foot.
He's a foot.
Like, I mean, I think he would be like his elbow would be bent.
So he was 4'11" at 3 years old.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there we go. 4 foot. Yeah, 4'11" at 3 years old. Wow. He was 5'3". Okay, so when did he?
4.
So at 6. Keep going.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So 7,
when he was
taller than me.
He was tall. I'm 5'11", so he was 8. He was 6 foot and weighed 170 pounds, which I weigh 175 right now. I'm still losing weight.
8 years old.
8 years old. Harper's 10.
I love that you threw in that still losing weight.
Look at Harper's 10. What?
I love that you threw in still losing weight.
Still losing weight. Go to 10.
Yeah.
Harper's 10 years old. He was 6'5". Harper's about to be 11. He was 6'11".
She's not close to 6'5".
I mean, he was growing 6 inches a year.
Yeah, 10 to 11 was a big year for him. He grew 6 inches.
Is that his biggest year?
Gained 31 pounds.
That's probably when they go, I think we're on to something. And then, I mean, you imagine.
Well, I think when he's a 6 foot tall 3-year-old, they're like, oh, this kid's going to be special.
Can you imagine a 5'4" 3-year-old? I mean, that's like that's like a movie where you have just a baby walking at you, and then you got to hold him, and you got to like change his diaper, and it's like a adult diaper.
Probably very strong.
Oh,
how about that? At age 13, he became the world's tallest Boy Scout. He is 7'4".
It took him that long.
13-year-old. Yeah, I guess there were some tall Boy Scouts back in the day.
Yeah,
he was at 9 years old. He was strong enough to carry his. He weighed 180 pounds at 9. Go back. All right.
I don't know if that's special.
Dude.
He carried his father up the stairs to the second floor at age 9. That's pretty crazy.
10 years old, he weighed 211. 10 years old, 211 pounds. Harper might weigh 30 or I don't know, 60, I guess, probably something like that.
It's quite a leap. I don't know. 30, 100. Who knows?
I mean, at 16, he weighed 374.
Yeah. Pretty big.
I mean, 8'3" at 17. So keep going, like, because he died at 22. I mean, that's so brutal. At death, he was 11. So he was just going to keep going.
439 pounds. But you know what? So between 21 and 22, he only gained 3.1 inches in height, but he actually lost 52 pounds.
Well, that was
probably due to his
That was
illness,
the first time he probably fell down. He's like, I felt good. And then, can you imagine meters? Like, do people say meters? You go, how tall are you? 2.7 meters. You go,
Well, no, he was American, right?
I know, but I'm saying, is that how they would
Illinois.
say it over there? Or they go inches?
No.
Does
They
anybody?
might actually say feet.
Yeah, does anybody go? They go, how tall are you? 2.5 meters. Like, God, you big boy. And they go, how tall are you? 0.04 meters.
British people usually use feet and inches. That's interesting
Oh.
to describe your height.
Mm.
Yeah, even though they don't use it for anything else.
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
I
I like that.
Sorry to kill the bit with the truth, but
No, that's interesting. The Cozy Dog Drive-In in Springfield
Mm.
claims to have been the first to serve corn dogs on a stick.
Wow.
They invented the corn. They call
How
it
did they?
the Cozy Dog.
How did they invent that? What did they decide to do? What was going on?
Hot dog, you fry it. How you going to hold it? Put a stick in it. Like corn on the cob. I'm
so
sure
they put it
was-
in cornmeal. That's how someone told me that it was invented. So you put it in cornmeal, the hot dog in cornmeal, and then fry it.
Mm.
Now, I think a few places claim they invented the corn dog, but they're one of them.
I'll tell you what. I love a corn dog.
When you got to go.
Yeah, I love a corn dog. You know what I do with it? I'd use my fingers.
Oh, your liquid fingers?
Is that from this episode?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ketchup, mustard. I do ketchup, mayonnaise is what you do. Corn dog, but you put them
Oh.
together and then
kind of swirl it a
you
little
swirl them together and then you dip it in that.
bit. Yeah, put a little motor
That's-
oil on there.
A little motor oil.
And then
and then you eat the corn dog as you're filling oil in your car.
And if your stick breaks, caulking gun.
Oh
There
yeah.
you
Just sew it
go.
back together.
Yeah. Maybe one finger should just be corn dog sticks.
yeah.
Popsicle sticks.
You just shoot them out.
It's ready to go.
You go.
Liquid wood
Yeah.
forms, hardens.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're like Wolverine, but popsicle sticks. You're
So
like-
what about a 3D printer? Is that liquid?
I imagine at some point it has to
Oh.
be.
Yeah, it's liquid and then it hardens. For sure. You have a 3D printer on your finger.
I mean, you might make that the main thing.
Yeah.
I'd
That's-
still
because
go with the
that's-
oil.
that's
and the gas,
everything.
though.
That's got to be your pointer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you make sunglasses.
Just draw stuff out.
You would just make
God,
sunglasses.
it'd be so hard though. It takes so long.
Yeah, you just do them quick. You'd get good at it. They go, take come. I don't know, silverware. You go, "Huh, it's kind of a sporkish, but you go, yeah, it works. You know,
Springfield has a signature dish, the horseshoe sandwich.
ooh,
That doesn't sound good.
It's an open face sandwich. It consists of thick sliced toasted bread, often Texas toast, hamburger patty, French fries, and cheese sauce.
It's a hamburger
pictured-
opened up with fries on top.
Oh, yeah. what I pictured it being a sandwich that you walk in the middle of it, and then you just eat.
Get
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah, at least shaped like a horseshoe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is a hamburger they forgot to close.
yeah, that looks great though.
Yeah, it's good.
Uh,
A bit of a stretch to call it something. I mean, it's just a
Oof.
burger you didn't close.
yeah,
That's the kind of food I like though, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of work
What's
to do
they
there.
have good sauce? Was the sauce on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Cheese is a
Worcestershire.
cheese. Yeah, you can common ingredients include eggs, stale beer. That's interesting. Butter, sharp cheddar cheese, Worcestershire sauce, flour, dry
Worcestershire.
mustard, paprika.
Worcestershire is probably the hardest word that I think everybody can say.
Worcestershire. I don't even know if that's
I don't
right the
think I
way
can say
I
no,
did it.
yeah,
just now.
Worcestershire.
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 But I think it's the craziest spelling and the weirdest word that the most people can, like, if your last name was Worcestershire, you'd be like, okay. But if you met like Ben Worcestershire and you saw it spelled, you'd be like, I can't say that.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, it's Worcestershire. You go, oh yeah,
I'd love to meet the guy though, just to get the correct pronunciation.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Oh, that's a
Worcestershire.
British accent. that guy's
Worcestershire.
saying.
Worcestershire.
I don't trust that.
But I mean,
guy.
like, it seems like it's a word. It's a name that's so crazy, but it's one that I think everybody kind of knows it. We all just kind of came together.
Dunbar from Speech Modification in
Mm.
American English. The first way, which I think is easiest, is to say Worcestershire.
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 The next way is the
Nah.
same, but with in the middle. Worcestershire.
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 The
Worcester-
third way has sheer instead of sure in the final syllable. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
So that doesn't help.
No, that was
She's
3
like,
new ways I've
Yeah.
never heard before.
That was but that last way is the hardest. You're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it's the hardest.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows what easy and hard means. If she's like, this one's, she goes, breeze, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. She didn't say shire at all, right?
No,
No.
Worcestershire. She's Worcestershire, easy. Don't even think about it. Gonna get a little tough. All right. You
Yeah.
ready for this?
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Whoa,
You go.
dude.
You go, well, ma'am, I'm not trying to.
I'm not a scientist. I mean, I can't
Is that,
say.
I'm not doing altruism.
Aaron, why don't you tell us a little bit about game time?
No.
All right.
But we're so sorry. We are so busy. Let me tell you something. There's a lot you can say about me. Busy.
Mhm.
I'm busy. And there's buying tickets can be sometimes I buy tickets last minute and it's very time consuming and it's very complicated. I use Game Time. They have great deals on last minute tickets. It includes their best price guarantee. It's the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. We like the Game Time app because they make it so easy to see the seat views right there in the app. You're buying tickets, you're going to be sitting in that seat for hours. You want to make sure you have a good view of the field,
Mhm.
a good view of the stage. This will allow you to do that. It is the
You're not going to get
place
layover for you.
for last minute ticket deal.
It does show you. It shows you on the
Shows you from the seat you're sitting
from
in.
the yeah.
Yeah.
But that's before you click it. It's
Mhm.
like it shows you the view, which
Right.
is pretty smart.
Mhm. And this is even better. They guarantee that you will always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference.
That's great.
You can make money if
Yeah.
you find cheaper tickets. But let me tell you something, you won't. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code NATE, that's NATE, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code NATE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets. Lowest price. Guaranteed.
Boom.
Oh, that's good at the end. You really
Thanks.
turned it
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks.
Yeah, yeah, that really turned
that felt
up.
nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, it helps when you believe in what you're selling.
That's
Yeah,
true.
And I'm a
That
big
is
fan
true.
of Game Time.
Twinkies were invented in Illinois.
Oh,
Mm.
now we're talking.
That's basically corn dog people. That's not far.
That's not far from a corn dog.
No, I wonder what was first. Probably Twinkies first, and then corn dog.
Yeah.
Twinkies probably been around. Isn't that the only thing that can survive?
A nuclear attack.
Is that what they say?
I think I've heard that because there's so much preservatives.
There's like no expiration date on it.
McDonald's
Yeah.
fries would be on up there.
They
No,
stopped
they
making them in
just keep going.
2012.
What?
Oh, and then they resumed the next year. This is just like
Just-
those.
just
We're
like
talking
the-
about these bands.
Yeah.
They had a farewell tour. Nah,
yeah.
we're coming
Everybody goes,
back.
no, we won. And they go, oh, we'll come back then.
It's a little interesting how it was invented. So this Continental Baking Company made strawberry shortcake, but strawberries were only in season part of the year, so they had to stop. And then the guy said, well, we got all this, the stuff for strawberry shortcakes. Let's do something else. Let's put banana cream in these and call them Twinkies. And they did that. So for a while, they were served with banana cream fillings. And then during World War II, bananas were rationed, so they ran out. So they just had to switch to vanilla cream. And after that, it just took off.
I think I would like banana cream.
I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I don't know
wouldn't
if I
mind this-
like vanilla cream. I don't
I think I.
I wouldn't mind a strawberry shortcake right now.
Yeah.
Strawberries, I know that's a good fruit and I like it, but I'm not I can eat them, but I'm not
You don't like it as a flavor.
Not really.
I like it better than a cherry as a flavor.
Oh,
for sure.
cherries
I-
are the best.
I love cherry.
I don't like cherry's good. A cherry is good, but a cherry flavor
Oh, okay.
is cough syrup.
Oh,
cherry
yeah,
flavor.
That's all it ever
I love
becomes.
cherry flavor.
Wow,
I love cherry
man.
flavor, but I don't like cherries.
Interesting.
Cherries are
I'm the
delicious. I'm
opposite.
growing strawberries at my house right now.
Yeah,
How are they? Good.
Delicious.
that's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it is.
You got a whole garden going over there.
Yeah, I got some
Yeah.
stuff happening.
Yeah.
I told Laura we should do a garden in the back, and by we I mean her. She did not want to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's what it ends up being when you
It's
travel all the time.
Time
Yeah.
consuming.
I'm
right?
asking my wife to water the garden all the time.
Is it hard?
It's not hard. I think it's
Yeah.
great. I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a full-on farmer, but I got a few.
But you're
things
out there every day looking at it.
I love looking at it. I mean, that's my
Mm.
favorite thing.
How long does it take to grow strawberry?
Well, I planted these plants last year, and they grew strawberries last year. But this year, it's just popping. This
Mhm.
thing, I'm picking them
Mhm.
every morning, giving them to my daughter for breakfast.
It's about 2 months.
Okay.
Average ripening time 3 months. Sorry.
I can't tell you those real answers. I'm just telling you what I they start coming.
Can you plant pineapple?
Sure, you can plant
I
pineapple.
bet not around here.
Yeah, it wouldn't grow with it.
No, I bet not.
Well, just because.
It's cold too long here,
Oh,
and it gets cold, like too cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's certain plants that you can grow.
Pineapple come from a tree.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a plant, according to my sources.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Okay,
it's
All
a
right.
plant.
Yeah, you can grow.
Oh yeah.
I don't
It'll
know.
It'll
though.
be tough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe South Tennessee.
Yeah. Maybe around Pulaski.
We're like in climate zone 7, which is the same as New Jersey.
Oh, there's
For
different
growing.
climate zones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
We're
that
different
like,
from New Jersey.
In the climate growing zone, though, it's like
Yeah.
a 7. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's bizarre, but I think it is about the same.
What does that mean? Climate zone.
What's like it has a something to do with how.
Like this is in the Farmer's Almanac.
No, I just looked this up on the internet.
You just keep an eye on
I bet
this.
it. Yeah, but it's like where
Are we supposed to be looking this up, or is this like one of your things? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no,
is
this
it like
is-
is it
no, no,
is
no.
it
This is real
climate
stuff.
zone?
This is real
Okay,
stuff.
I don't know if like
Yeah, you see
I don't want to
that?
be just accidentally going down some path that he's got us on. We're showing kids, and you're like, no, I don't know. And he goes, this is where the
Right.
demons are. You go, all right, dude. I
So,
thought
look, we got
I thought it was a
Davidson.
Farmer's Almanac thing. I thought we were doing something for the kids.
Is that
Yeah.
Davidson County right there, Brian?
No, that's Wilson County.
So that's Davidson.
Yeah.
So Davidson.
No, but this is not the
Can
right-
eyeball it.
This is not the. This is climate. This is not farming.
Oh, okay.
This is just climate stuff. Not.
But
not-
you can see how this is New Jersey's in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's the same principle.
but these are
And-
like 3A and stuff. But like there's like Alabama would be like 6, and then we would be like 7.
So we're a little bit lower. That's why Nashville is such a because we're like so close to the
Mhm.
red.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's certain things that it like the ground gets too cold,
Mhm.
so certain things die.
Oh, well,
this right
Tennessee's-
here,
Yeah,
Oh, we're thick in the.
yeah,
thick in the yellow right there.
because we're up high elevation too.
Maybe Knoxville could do it.
This is all based on
Yeah.
your average annual low in temperature.
Last year was pretty cold. A lot of stuff died for people last year.
We had stuff die that really cold right around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But McMinnville is really popping. I mean, in McMinnville, almost all my fruit trees survived.
It's that little red dot there. That's
And I
what they-
didn't probably McMinnville, and I didn't water them at all last year. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you should probably do that.
well, I'm not out there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
You let the rain do
Yeah,
it.
I'm letting the rain do
There
it.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
The
Smart.
Yeah.
You're working smart, not hard.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean?
the Donner Party, they started in Springfield
Mm.
on their journey to
And how did that go?
didn't go well. Didn't
A
go well.
couple
But,
layovers.
but you yeah. Weren't you out
Is that Abe
doing,
Lincoln?
just doing shows out west where they stopped? Like
Yeah.
was there sign? Now you can go where they started.
I can go where they started.
Follow their footsteps.
Have you guys ever heard the term?
That was in Springfield.
That's where they started.
Man, Springfield is.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot
more
going
than you
on
thought.
Springfield.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard the term? Will it play in Peoria?
Maybe,
Nah.
maybe.
Is this something to do with Richard
I feel like
Pryor?
I have heard it.
Wayne's World?
No, I skipped the movies that set in Illinois, but those two. But Well, they play in Peoria. I haven't heard this. It's an American figure of speech that's traditionally used to ask whether a given product, person, promotional theme, or event will appeal to mainstream U.S. audiences.
Oh, I like
They're
that.
basically saying Peoria is like every man, and Peoria is a prototypical American city. It represents a wide demographic.
I did stand up once there. It did not go well.
Jukebox Comedy Club? Was it?
Is that where Peoria?
That's Peoria.
All right, it went all right there.
Yeah.
I was thinking
As a
about
result,
different
it's
spot.
traditionally been one of the country's leading test markets. In the 80s and 90s, comedians like Sam Kinison would go there to test out material. Bob Dylan, Robert Plant, Metallica, Phil Collins all worked on their albums there. And presidential campaigns and TV networks go to Peoria to test out stuff. It's like middle America.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I did comedy at the jukebox there in Peoria, and about 12 people came, and it was good. And then a building caught on fire next to it, and after the show, me and all the audience went out there and watched this building burn.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's middle America, all right.
Yeah, more fun than the show, I think. People
Yeah.
were like, this is what we came for. It was snowing a little bit. We couldn't tell if it was ashes coming or snow. I mean, it was
Fun.
yeah.
I'll do a couple more. John Deere started and is headquartered in Moline, Illinois.
You know, growing up, I always thought Illinois was just Chicago. I just thought everything in Illinois was a giant city.
Yeah.
Me too.
And then I went up and started doing shows, and I drove through a lot of corn.
Yeah.
A lot of windmills.
Yeah.
The Great Chicago Fire. You
Yeah.
guys heard of the Great Chicago Fire?
Yeah.
Lasted for 3 days, killed about 300 people,
Wow.
Wow.
destroyed over 17,000 structures, and left 100,000 residents homeless.
Oh, jeez.
You guys know how it started?
Well, I
Cigarette?
feel like it could almost. No, it was. I feel like I've heard something crazy. It was lantern, or I don't know. What was it?
Old paper mill.
Well, I thought you guys would know the tradition. I was going to stump you guys.
No.
Traditionally, it's a cow knocked over a lantern in a barn.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lie.
I never heard that.
That's what they've traditionally said, but now they're saying that's probably not true.
Yeah.
They know it started in this barn at this people's home. The woman who owned the house, she always claimed she would not be out there in the middle of the night milking a cow. And now they think it's either some people were gambling in the barn and one of them knocked over a lantern while they were gambling and caught it on fire. There was a couple other theories. One of them, they were trying to steal some milk from the barn and then knocked over a lantern while they were leaving. Or a meteorite caused the fire.
I like
fire.
I
that.
almost think I would go back to the cow thing. That makes like they took a lantern out there because they heard something, and then they had it out there and they left it out there, and then the cow knocked it over. But where does that? How does that get? That was in Chicago.
It was in Chicago in 1871.
So there was like, and it just reached Chicago.
How do you not just put it?
How do you
out?
not put it? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was very dry. They said incredibly dry, and it just spread. It like jumped the Chicago River. It went from like either the north side to the south side, or south side to north
That
side.
might have been before they knew how to stop a fire.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
so.
definitely, yeah. It was probably. I mean, that's when they take buckets and just pass it to different people and throw it on it.
I mean, how do you not stop it at the farm?
That's what I'm saying.
That Great Chicago Fire, to be honest, could be blamed on the city too.
Yeah.
We have fires all the time now that spread. So why are y'all blaming it on something from 1871?
Because how does it jump a river?
Well, wildfires every year here jump.
Yeah, but those are
Things
burning
and
down the woods.
Woods, yeah.
They're burning down homes in Hollywood.
So this is the whole city was used primarily wood structured buildings at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They weren't using a lot of brick and steel and stuff.
And
like
I
that.
guess a
It's all
cow
wood.
in a barn was very close to the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, things were different.
Probably
back then.
then.
Like,
Yeah.
watch your cows, people. Watch your
This
cows.
is 1871.
But I mean, 100,000 people are homeless. I mean, there must be how many people live there? A million in Chicago?
Not in 1871, I wouldn't think.
It destroyed 17,000 buildings.
It killed 100,000 homeless
17,000 buildings. That's the whole city.
structures, yeah.
The whole city needs to go ahead and get a jug of water.
Yeah.
And
I mean, really, let's come after this thing.
y'all are coming at a different angle than I thought.
Well,
Because
the guy from that era would come at it from a different
yeah, yeah.
I feel sorry for this woman. They said she spent the rest of her life in the public eye with sadness and regret. She died heartbroken. This was in 1871.
Because they blamed her on it.
Yeah.
That's the Chicago media.
Yeah,
cow.
yeah, exactly.
And in
So
1997,
they did to Bartman.
that's what I say. She was exonerated. They said Bartman did it.
When? Oh,
19
yeah.
I was joking about it. 1997 is when the city council exonerated her from any wrongdoing.
I mean, they don't let stuff go.
Yeah, I mean,
It took
she
you
should have
120
moved.
years.
I think if I were her, I would have moved. Would have took my cow and got out of town.
About 300,000 people in the city. So a third of the city became homeless.
Yeah, but I mean, that's all right. 1870.
I'm going to go ahead and say there was a government conspiracy here.
Might have been.
Something, yeah. Something good.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems crazy. Because then, how does it go from 1870 to that fire to then 10 years later, you grow by 200,000 people?
Well, they said when the city rebuilt,
And then
it was much better. It became much
Yeah.
more metropolis.
Right. That's what seems like conspiracy
that's what I
about
mean,
it. You
yeah.
go ahead and burn some stuff down, get some people out of there.
And then the new, when was steel made? Was like, then it's like, well, we got all these wood buildings, and then they go, look, they just burned the whole thing down. I don't know if I believe it now.
Yeah. And then they blame this poor woman just trying to milk a
1813,
cow.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been around for a while, but it wasn't, they weren't using it to
Yeah.
build
But it's-
skyscrapers and
All right,
stuff.
so yeah, so is there a conspiracy with the Chicago fire? I bet there is.
I'm sure there is too.
Just the cause, I'm sure.
The Great Chicago Fire Theory. This is a book.
Ooh,
Oh, I was hoping it was a movie. I was like, I'll watch that later.
yeah.
I ain't reading no book.
Book, I'll never get the
Look
info.
at this. Obsessed, twisted maniac targets the city of Chicago for destruction in retribution for the burning of Atlanta 10 years earlier during the Civil War.
Oh, okay.
how about
Well,
that?
look at
This
How
is
that.
about
fiction.
that?
This is I don't.
This
know
is
if
fiction,
real.
but a historical
Go
fiction,
back.
I'd say.
There has to be right.
Oh.
Yeah, just click that Reddit. And just
Yeah.
see this. Well, yeah. Don't. We might not be showing this.
Yeah, I don't know if this is.
Yeah. I mean, I could see.
Conspiracy theory about the cause of the Chicago fire was a meteor shower. So that they think that's a conspiracy theory. Just doesn't.
I mean,
mean,
back
that's
then
a-
they would have believed in that. You could have said a witch or something.
Yeah.
Dusty'd say that now.
Yeah.
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 Over a meteor shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I think there was a meteor shower going on at that time. So they think maybe one of them.
Why did they not? Yeah,
Yeah.
now I believe it's the meteor shower. This is before you gave me all the information. They go, well, there was a pretty active meteor shower going on.
But we're still going
But-
with the cow and the lamp theory.
yeah.
But there are meteor showers all the time. They don't usually make it to Earth. That's like when they burn up the atmosphere.
But they don't even. Do they even know what that is back then? A meteor shower.
I think so. I don't know.
There they go.
Does anybody know, right, Dusty?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just some stuff moving around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good place to stop.
Chicago fire, always a hot spot.
All right, one more then. John Hughes movies. They're all usually set in a suburb of
Oh,
Chicago
yeah.
called Northbrook.
This is why another reason why I thought everyone in Chicago and in Illinois would be rich, because every John Hughes movie, everybody lives in a big, huge, giant house.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck, Home Alone. I don't know. That's all. I
Oh,
got.
that's all.
I'm sorry, not
his?
Northbrook, Shermer, Illinois. It's a fictional town.
Yeah.
He grew up in Northbrook. But the high
Yeah.
school was Shermer High School.
Because it doesn't really matter that he's in Chicago. It's not like it's a.
Yeah.
It's like he goes to.
Ferris Bueller's the one where they go into Chicago.
Yeah.
But most of
Uncle
them,
Buck's living in Chicago and goes to the suburbs
Yeah.
for his family.
Home
Yeah.
Alone. You did Home Alone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The Breakfast Club.
Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, I don't know if Pretty in Pink was set there.
I don't know.
Breakfast
I'm just
Club
naming
was.
John Hughes movies now.
All
I
right.
don't know. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. We did it.
We love you.
We love you. And yeah, whenever this comes out, I always remember that. I'm going to
Springfield.
Springfield. Oh, this is the week. Well, I already be in. I would have done Dayton. We got Tuesday. I think Tuesday's Dayton. Then I go Springfield 2 days,
Wednesday, Thursday.
I think, and then maybe back to Dayton. I do something like that. So we're being Springfield, Dayton, and then there's some other cities too. that weekend somewhere.
Bowling Green, I know,
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
because
yeah.
the same night, June 4th, I'll be at Louisville Comedy Club.
Boom.
So if you're halfway between Bowling Green and Louisville, please come to my show.
Yeah.
And June 18th, I'll be in Illinois at Zany's Comedy Club in Chicago.
All right.
All right. I got nothing.
I'm off too.
Oh, not working.
Yeah, I'm having a baby.
No.
Slacking off.
Slacking off.
I'll be
yeah.
helping with the baby. So I
You
I
have
need to
no.
take
You
some-
have other work, or you? you're
Yeah, I got
completely
stuff
off?
going. I got stuff. I'm opening for people. I'm doing.
Oh, so you're working?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm working. Come on.
I'm not
Justice.
working. I actually am.
Well, I'm not
am
raising a
gonna run-
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your maternity leave?
Yeah. Paternity, I think.
Yeah.
Is it paternity when it's a dad?
Fraternity. Yeah.
Fraternity?
No, it's fraternity.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
probably,
Okay.
yeah.
You gonna take paternity leave from this podcast?
I don't know. I'll be around.
Yeah.
No, I'll still be popping in here.
Even if she
Yeah.
delivers that day, Dusty will be here.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
want to
he's
see
dedicated.
my baby be born.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Oh yeah. Where are you doing that? Like a trunk of a car?
Well, if it were my
Yeah.
call,
The
it would
farm?
be in our bathtub. But my
Yeah.
wife wants to do it in a hospital.
Ugh.
You know these women these
I know.
days.
I know.
You can't take them anywhere.
I know.
It's all about her.
I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Go down to McMinnville. Do it down there.
I'd love to.
cabin.
Yeah, I'd love to. Right next to these pineapple trees.
Yeah.
I bet you grow some pineapple then.
Yeah.
All right. We love you. See you next week. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.